certified.
The best new cars make the best used cars. It stands to reason that the better a product is made, the longer it will last, which makes getting a high-quality, low-mileage Toyota at a great price a very savvy move. You can drive a barely used certified pre-owned vehicle today. 1.99% APR financing available on all Camry, Corolla, Prius, and RAV4. The right cars, the right price, the right experience. See you soon at Danny Manholt Toyota Rapid City and DannyManholtToyota.com.
Family is the fabric of who we are. The generations that came before us and the ones that will carry on after. At Monument Health, we're dedicated to these communities because they're our communities. We're committed to building the healthcare system of tomorrow with medical knowledge and expertise you can trust, close to home. Here to care, here to connect, here for you, today and tomorrow. Monument Health.
It's Truck Month at Danny Manholt Rapid Chevrolet. Shop a great selection of new Chevy trucks and SUVs. Over 30 new Silverados in stock and on the way. And you can reserve yours today. Plus over 400 used. Brands like GMC, Ford, Ram, Honda, Toyota, Subaru, and more. Plus the best selection of used Chevys. Fresh trades available every day. If you're looking for the right used truck or SUV at the right price, it's right here during Truck Month at Danny Manholt Rapid Chevrolet or DannyManholtRapidChevrolet.com.
Everyone says they want to change the world. But not everyone will. We are not everyone.
It's Honda's certified Dream Deal sales event. Up to an additional 2 years, 50,000 miles comprehensive warranty, plus certified Hondas come with 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, free oil changes your first year, and 24/7 roadside assistance. See Denny Manholt Rushmore Honda for all the certified details.
The best new cars make the best used cars. It stands to reason that the better a product is made, the longer it will last, which makes getting a high-quality, low-mileage Toyota at a great price a very savvy move. You can drive a barely used certified pre-owned vehicle today. 1.99% APR financing available on all Camry, Corolla, Prius, and RAV4. The right cars, the right price, the right experience. See you soon at Danny Manholt Toyota Rapid City and DannyManholtToyota.com.
Family is the fabric of who we are. The generations that came before us and the ones that will carry on after. At Monument Health, we're dedicated to these communities because they're our communities. We're committed to building the healthcare system of tomorrow with medical knowledge and expertise you can trust, close to home. Here to care, here to connect, here for you, today and tomorrow. Monument Health.
Join the team and take on your...
It's Honda's certified Dream Deal sales event. Up to an additional 2 years, 50,000 miles comprehensive warranty, plus certified Hondas come with 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, free oil changes your first year, and 24/7 roadside assistance. Plus at Denny Manholt Rushmore Honda, we buy cars. Vehicles are in high demand, and due to limited inventory, your vehicle has never been worth more. Stop by Denny Manholt Rushmore Honda and either sell or trade today. Located off I-90 on East Small Drive in Rapid City. It's Honda.
Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Hey, renters in the Black Hills. I'm State Farm Agent Scott Carlson, and I'm ready to surprise you in a good way with surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance. That's right. Me and my team can help you protect your car and your stuff for less than you might think. Get a quote and see how much you can save. You might be surprised. Call me, State Farm Agent Scott Carlson, for your surprisingly great auto and renter's rate today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Warren Chemical is ready for winter. Are you? They stock quality ice melt products for sidewalks, driveways, and parking areas that will melt ice down to minus 15 degrees. Warren Chemical Ice Melt is less toxic than baking soda, is the least damaging to concrete surrounding grass and other plants, and can be applied before or after the snow falls. Available in 50-pound bags and less expensive than the discount store 20-pound buckets. Call 342-7644. Warren Chemical, a proud sponsor of all Rapid City and surrounding area schools.
The best new cars make the best used cars. It stands to reason that the better a product is made, the longer it will last, which makes getting a high-quality, low-mileage Toyota at a great price a very savvy move. You can drive a barely used certified pre-owned vehicle today. 1.99% APR financing available on all Camry, Corolla, Prius, and RAV4. The right cars, the right price, the right experience. See you soon at Danny Manholt Toyota Rapid City and DannyManholtToyota.com. The best new cars.
At Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we are here to help you make your comeback. Our team is standing by to diagnose and treat your injury with some of the most advanced treatment options available and same-day appointments. Monument Health practitioners work closely with our therapists and physicians in communities throughout the Black Hills, with locations in Rapid City and Spearfish. Visit monument.health/orthopedics for more information. That's monument.health/orthopedics for more information.
My kid wrecked his car, his third car. The kid needs a car. We need the kid to have a car. What did I do? I begged my insurance agent for mercy. That's another story. Then I went to Copper Motors in Rapid City and found a safe, reliable car.
Copper Motors is a small, trusted dealership specializing in safe, quality pre-owned vehicles. No pressure, no hassle. Each vehicle is inspected, serviced, and detailed with a warranty like no other. Copper Motors, corner of Campbell and Omaha.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. I'm State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, I'm ready to help. Call 348-0464 for surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
It's Truck Month at Danny Manholt Rapid Chevrolet. Shop a great selection of new Chevy trucks and SUVs. Over 30 new Silverados in stock and on the way. And you can reserve yours today. Plus over 400 used. Brands like GMC, Ford, Ram, Honda, Toyota, Subaru, and more. Plus the best selection of used Chevys. Fresh trades available every day. If you're looking for the right used truck or SUV at the right price, it's right here during Truck Month at Danny Manholt Rapid Chevrolet or DannyManholtRapidChevrolet.com. It's Truck Month.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visit spearfish.com now.
Star Spangled Batter on Jackson Boulevard in Rapid City, South Dakota. Famous for their delicious cakes, cupcakes, and other tasty baked goods. But did you know they're the only bakery in town to offer free consultations? Not to mention free samples when planning your big or small wedding. They also take special orders for that special party for that special someone. Check out their daily specials on Facebook or call ahead to grab some goodies for the office on your way to work. Star Spangled Batter is a proud sponsor of Rapid City sports and activities on liveticket.tv.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, keep it simple. Insure your car and home with Farm Bureau and you'll have a combined policy with one deductible that can cover it all. That means faster claim resolution and less hassle. Plus, you can save money in the long run. It's the quick way back to normal, because with Farm Bureau, you've got an agent who can make things right when things go wrong. Farm Bureau agents make insurance simple.
Call me, Tom Berger, your Farm Bureau agent in Rapid City, at 348-3470.
A lot has changed since 1962, but one thing hasn't: the hometown service you expect from Dale's Tire and Retreading. Dale's Tire has been providing quality brands and service to the Black Hills area for over 50 years, and we couldn't have done it without you. That's why we are pleased to service your vehicle, saving you time and getting your vehicle back on the road. Because at Dale's Tire, we don't just sell tires, we build lifetime relationships. Dale's Tire, Campbell Street and Deadwood Avenue, Rapid City.
Have you been in a fender bender recently? Maybe have some hail damage on your vehicle? New Miller Truck and Auto Body specializes in body repairs for cars, pickups, and semis. Located at 3030 East Highway 44 in Rapid City, New Miller Truck and Auto Body is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Let their experts undo the damage you did. Call 605-342-0537. You've tried the rest, now try the best. New Miller Truck and Auto Body in Rapid City.
Join the team and take on your legacy. Since 1862, the South Dakota Army National Guard has been ready to defend our freedom and our way of life. When our nation calls, we are there to help our friends, neighbors, and communities in the event of forest fires, floods, tornadoes, and severe winter storms right here in South Dakota. Now we want you to write the next chapter in our rich history of the South Dakota Army National Guard. Visit their Facebook and Instagram pages or nationalguard.com/SD.
It's Honda's Certified Dream Deal Sales Event. Up to an additional 2 years, 50,000 miles comprehensive warranty, plus certified Hondas come with 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, free oil changes your first year, and 24/7 roadside assistance. Plus, at Denny Manholt Rushmore Honda, we buy cars. Vehicles are in high demand, and due to limited inventory, your vehicle has never been worth more. Stop by Denny Manholt Rushmore Honda and either sell or trade today. Located off I-90 on East Small Drive in Rapid City. It's Honda's certified.
Building lasting family memories with a newer pre-owned RV from Dakota Discount RV. Take a look at their great selection of RVs at 2 locations. That's Dakota Discount RV across from Cabela's and also on JB Road in Blackhawk. Dean, when it comes down to it, of course, both of these teams not only want to get that win, but they want to beat their big rivals. So what do they need to do tonight?
Well, it might come down to offense in both scenarios. Unfortunately for the Cobblers, really all they have is a one-sided running game. They're struggling on defense, they struggle in the passing game, but they do have a pretty solid running game. They showed it last week. Even though they got blown out, they showed that they could easily move the football when they want to. So if they can get their running game going, they're going to slow the game down or make the game rather go quick and keep the Raiders off the field. That might give them a chance to win the game. For the Raiders on the other side, their offense that did not show up last week, absolutely anemic, couldn't play for anything for whatever reason. Jed Jensen was off target. Nothing was going well except for Uriah Glenn a little bit. So they need to find their offense back if they expect to win this game.
We'll see what both coaches did this week to get their, obviously teams get fired up for this, but to see what they have in place as each team tries to pull out that victory here tonight. Just in the last 6 years between these two teams, they have alternated. It's been back and forth. The last 6 years, there was 3 wins by the Raiders, 3 wins by the Cobblers, and like I said, they alternated from year to year for the last 6 years. In the overall series, Rapid City Stevens leads Rapid City Central. It was a close one, but they lead the all-time series 30-28. So we know how close these games can be.
Yeah, it definitely. And, tonight I don't think it's going to be any different. I think we're looking at an exciting game. Two teams hungry at least to continue their season. Raiders wanting to get back into the playing shape that they were earlier in the season and show, we weren't just a fluke earlier on. Plus, they get some players back that's really going to help, and we'll talk more about that as the game goes along. Cobblers, definitely. They're like, look, we've been the undermanned all year long. We've done some things right. Now it's time to get all things together, and what better way than to beat your rivals?
Absolutely. Let's take a look at today's starting lineups. They're built by Connect Home Center. Connect Home Center, your hometown lumber yard since 1928. The offensive starting lineup for the Rapid City Central Cobblers looks like this. Number 68, Trent Farron. He'll start at center. He is a 6'2", 280-pound senior. The left tackle is number 64, Dawson Miller. Dawson is a 6'4", 265-pound left tackle and a senior. Number 73, Drew Solinsky is the left guard. He is 5'10", 260 pounds and a senior. The right guard is David Miller, a 6'1", 200-pound sophomore. And number 50, Will Papke, is the right tackle, a 6'3", 255-pound junior. At one wide receiver is number 15, Jaron Linzegraff, a 5'9", 155-pound wide receiver. Also number 1, Amarion Saylor, also known as Mars Saylor. And Mars is a 5'10", 170-pound senior. Number 14, Jace Anderson, also in the starting lineup. Number 14, Jackson Fairchild will be starting at tight end tonight. And then number 4, Seth Davis, a 5'10", 170-pound senior fullback, gets the starting nod. At running back will be number 8, Lane Darrow, a 5'8", 160-pound senior. And it's the sophomore quarterback, number 3 for the Rapid City Central Cobblers, a 6'2", 160-pound sophomore. That's Ryan Wetch for the Rapid City Central Cobblers. Looking at the starting lineup defensively for their opponent, the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. The defensive end is number 53, Spencer Garrett, 6'1", 200 pounds and a junior. The defensive end, number 45, Brandon Inman. He is a 6 foot, 190-pound senior. The nose guard, number 44, Jevin McNabb, a 6 foot, 235-pound senior. The linebackers look like this. Number 2, Gavin Skinner, a 5'11", 190-pound senior. The outside linebacker, number 3, Tate Crosswaite, 6'3", 190 pounds, and a sophomore. Luke Cholis is back from injury. He's an inside linebacker wearing number 34. He is a 6'1", 210-pound senior. The other inside linebacker, number 37, Luke Jagaris, 6'2", 200 pounds, and a senior. The corners are number 8, Eli Oxner, 5'11", 175 pounds, and a senior. The other corner, number 4, Corder Doney, 5'9", 160 pounds, and a junior. The strong safety, number 19, Aiden Unterbrunner, a 5'11", 175-pound junior. and the free safety number 24, Hayden Gebhardt. He stands 6'1", 175 pounds, and a junior. And that's your defensive starting lineup for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. And our starting lineups brought to you by Connect Home Center. Connect Home Center is your hometown lumberyard since 1928.
You picked it just right. We're going to do offense for the Cobblers. They get the ball, and the Raiders kick it off. We'll see their defense to start this game.
And we are ready to kick off the 59th meeting between these two teams.
And it starts with a flag. What a perfect segue it would be, I think.
The Raiders, again, in their white uniforms with the silver helmets. The Cobblers in their all-red uniforms and red helmets. So a penalty against the Raiders, and they will re-kick. And again, that's going to conclude our J&J Truck and Auto Body pregame show. As we jump right into action, we'll have our law on the field in just a moment. 55 degrees here at kickoff. Definitely feels like a late October day. I know they've experimented, and this game has been played earlier in the season. But, Dean, I kind of like to wrap it up this way.
Yeah, there's some good and bad. You're right, to culminate. It's a nice little, even if you're struggling with your seasons, it's a nice culmination, a nice hype as you finish it out.
Here's the kickoff by Mesmer. This one is going to bounce inside the 15-yard line, taken at the 10. Here come the Cobblers. They'll run it out. It looks like the kick returner runs into his own teammate.
Yeah, that was Lane Darrow who got the ball. I like Lane Darrow as a runner. As a kick returner, as a runner, he has really been a huge spark for the Cobblers, which, like I said in the pregame, they really only have a run game. Their pass game is quite anemic, unfortunately, so they have to get that running game, and I know the Raiders know that, so you expect a lot of Raiders stacking boxes tonight, man coverage on the outside.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Rapid City Central, and right away we get a penalty marker thrown by the near side official. Looking at the law on the field, it's presented by the South Dakota Attorney General's Division of Consumer Protection, here to inform and assist. Today's officials enforcing the law on the field are your referee, Scott Jacobson, the umpire, John Weber. Mike Oster is your line judge. Steve Simonsma is the head linesman, and Joe Jacobson is your back judge here this evening. A veteran crew there. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Cobblers. There's the handoff to Darrow. Darrow gets some positive yardage, but then he runs into about 3 Raiders. He stopped right at the original line of scrimmage, or real close. It's going to be 2nd down coming up for Rapid City Central.
Yeah, the interior blocking against, like we said, back from injury, Luke Cholis, along with Crossway, Luke Jagaris, Gavin Skinner, that linebacking crew has really been kind of the heart and soul of this Raider defense. At least early on in the season, they've struggled in the past month, I would say.
There's the handoff to Darrow. Once again, he's going to be wrapped up as he tries to cut to the outside. That's going to be right at about the 21-yard line. We're looking at 3rd and 10, or 26-yard line, rather. So 3rd and 10 coming up from the Cobbler 26-yard line.
As mentioned, Tate Crossway right there coming around the end to make the stop on that one. They have to get the run game going. If they get in those long situations like now, 3rd and long, they are a team that's really not built for that. So they got to do their best to get out of those type of situations. Starting out with a penalty probably doesn't help.
Spread offense now from the gun. Wetch rolls out to his left. Now he throws to the left sideline. A little hitch route there. It's going to be caught by the receiver. They'll give him forward progress to about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, that was a pretty generous spot.
I think it was.
For progress, but either way, it looks like he's going to get a 1st down. Now, that's going to be the key. I think the Raiders have a pretty decent secondary there against maybe not such a talented Cobbler receiving core. Can Wetch make those plays? They're not going to throw the ball 50 times a game. They're going to make some short, concise throws, and can he find the receivers, and can the receivers find those spots?
I formation now. They hand the ball off to Darrow. Darrow gets through the gap on the right side of the line, takes it close to the 40-yard line. They'll spot it at about the 39 for a gain of 3 yards to bring up 2nd and 7. Again, thanks for watching tonight on GoCobblersLive.com. Glad to bring you the game tonight as well.
Just love that hole that time. He wasn't touched until he was probably at least 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. Got wrapped up gain of 4 on that one, maybe 3. Either way, it looked like a nice, solid hole. And when you watch the Cobblers, they've kind of been doing that all season long. They get a nice hole and good opportunities.
Out of the gun once again. There's the handoff on a misdirection there. They're going to... That's Seth Davis, I believe, was the ball. Or Lane Darrow, I'm sorry.
It started with Seth Davis going one way. It's just the counter play they run, and they do it so effectively as they continue. And it was just fantastic. They got hands right on Seth Davis, which is exactly what you want. He was the initial point on the counter play, and then, of course, Darrow comes back the other way. Lots of room out there for Darrow to run.
He's going to take it to the 49-yard line of the Cobblers. They'll be 1st and 10. Again, just about 8:58 left here in this first quarter. There's the handoff to Darrow once again, this time right up the middle of the field. He's pushed forward. He's going to get about 3 yards on that carry into Raider territory to the 48-yard line.
You can tell he's worked a lot with his footwork. When he gets the ball, he has the patience enough to wait for his blockers to set up, but he hits the hole quickly, and he keeps his feet moving, ready to change directions. Especially when you're running through the hole, you just use those short little choppy steps to try to navigate your way into the defense secondary.
Wetch again goes from the shotgun. 2 receivers to each side, hands the ball off to Davis. Davis tries to get to the outside, but he's going to be hit by the defender and drop for a loss back right at midfield.
Yeah, I think it was a great job, great penetration by the end on the right side of the Raider defense. And then the linebacker, like we saw, he just flashed right in there and lit him up. Well, forcing another 3rd and long situation for the Central Cobblers.
The ball right on the 50. We're looking at 3rd and 9 coming up now for Rapid City Central as they go from left to right or west to east here at O'Hara Stadium. Wetch will go from the gun, 2 receivers to each side. There's the snap. He'll drop back, looks to his right, now passes to the right sideline, and it's going to be almost picked off. He tried to get it to the right on the sideline there, but there was a defender who made a good effort to try to get the interception, but it's going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, it was that's the one downside about Wetch is he's got an arm, but his accuracy beyond, say, 10, maybe 15 yards, there's about 10 yards there, it kind of starts to fade when he's got to throw long. And especially when you're doing a deep out, which is usually where the holes are in a lot of those zone defenses, you want to throw a deep out, but an out is a tough throw to make.
Looks like Jackson Verminson, he's going to be back to punt for Rapid City Central inside their own 40. There's the snap. There's the punt from the 40-yard line, end over end. Corderdoni has to get low to get the football, and he is going to be down at that point as his knees touch the turf. And so no return there by Corderdoni, and the Raiders to have the football for the first time tonight.
So we saw both effectivenesses there. That's a true word, effectivenesses, plural. I just turned an adjective into a noun. Either way, we saw the Cobblers move the ball, use their running game effectively, struggle with the passing game, 1 of 2 on that series. We saw the Raiders come up with a big stop, a couple of big plays at the right time in order to get that stop to force the punt. Now we're going to see the Raiders offense. It's part of our keys to the game. The Raiders last week just were absolutely anemic. They struggle all over the place on this offensive side. We'll see what they've brought today.
Jed Jensen goes from the gun, hands the ball off to Glenn. Glenn gets to the outside the tackle there, heads upfield down the right sideline. He's going to take it all the way to near the 40-yard line before he is tackled. A nice hard run there for Uriah Glenn.
He was our player of the game last week, and he is one of the bright spots for the Raiders, at least consistently throughout the season. We've seen kind of the offense kind of go up and down, but he has been a spark and a true running back. He hits the hole well. He's got that burst of speed once he gets around the corner or through the hole that he needs, and he's really kind of carried this offense at times.
1st and 10 for the Raiders. They hand it off to Glenn, this time to the opposite side. Now he cuts back to the left, has some running room, and he's going to get near the 45-yard line. Again, he keeps his feet moving. and he's going to get about 6 yards on that run.
Yeah, and just a great job. Let's just see him trying to weave right through that traffic. All the Cobblers were like, where did he go? And it's like a mouse running through a maze. He's trying to escape. Will Papke, coming from the defensive end spot, did a great job forcing him back inside. But again, he did a great job weaving through and gaining some good 5 yards off of that.
So 2nd and 5. There's the snap. They'll hand it off to Glenn once again. And he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. It looks like no gain on the carry by Glenn to bring up 3rd and 5 now from the Raider 39-yard line.
You know, that
44-yard line.
That was done by Zach Soderlund, who was the linebacker who came in and actually, I don't think he probably gets credit with that tackle, but he actually got Glenn around the ankles. He kind of stepped out of it, but by that time, the rest of the Cobbler defense was there to help him out.
So the Raiders facing a 3rd down now, 3rd and 5 from their own 44. Jensen from the gun. They'll hand the ball off to Glenn. This time as a huge hole. He's into Cobbler territory. A penalty marker is down, and he's going to take it inside the 40-yard line down to the 36-yard line. We'll see what the officials say.
Boy, that penalty marker came a long way downfield. What was the line of scrimmage? Was what, the 42-yard line. He threw it back from the Raider, about the Raider 32, or Cobbler 32. I believe it's a holding call.
A holding penalty.
And I'll tell you, that was an absolutely fantastic run. I don't know if you saw, right about the 45-yard line, Uriah Glenn lowered his shoulder and ran over a Cobbler and kept going until he finally got stopped. But all for naught. And we've seen penalty markers hurt both teams here early on. We'll see if the Raiders can overcome this mistake.
Again, they're back now facing 3rd and 11. They'll go trips right, 2 receivers to the left. Dropping back is Jensen. Throws to the right sideline, but he overthrows the defender. I'm not sure if he didn't see or didn't like what he saw, so just gets rid of the football there.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was a get rid of. He had a Cobbler bearing down from his backside, actually brought him down, and so I don't know if that affected the throw or not, but yeah, anywhere. The throw definitely was not anywhere near catchable.
Mm-hmm. So now fourth down coming up. Parker Mesmer is back deep. He will punt for Rapid City Stevens. This one a high end-over-end punt. It's going to bounce inside the 30, take a Raider bounce inside the 20. It's still rolling all the way down to the 10-yard line. And it looks like the Raiders will down it at the 9. So a fantastic punt there by Parker Mesmer.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you get, about a 15-yard roll out of that one?
At least.
As it hits about the 25. But a great job to flip the field, get the punting unit. But, you know, you had an effective running game, and then he pulls up and decides to throw a couple of times, and it's ineffective. So that's kind of something you got to tuck back in your head. What do we got to do? What works? What doesn't right now? And I would say that's troubling a little bit for the Raiders at this point.
Again, this game coming your way on Fox Sports Rapid City. Jerome Wickersham and Dean Gurr with you. There's the handoff. Not sure if it was Davis or Lane Darrow there on the carry.
It looked like the misdirection play again, and I think Davis got kind of held up. He still got the ball into Darrow's hands, but there were definitely Raiders right there invading the territory of the Cobblers and bringing him down for no gain.
So no gain. The ball still placed on the Cobbler 9-yard line, so they're looking at 2nd and 10. 4:34 to go here in this first quarter. We are scoreless between the Cobblers and the Raiders. Ryan Wetch will go from the shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. He'll drop back. There's a screen pass to the left side. It's caught by Darrow out of the backfield. Penalty marker on the play as he's thrown to the turf right at the 10-yard line. So we'll see what the officials say on this call.
And I think that's going to be a hold on Amarian Saylor. He's trying to sell his case to the referee right now, and they're going to talk about it a little bit. Screen play, he was the point of attack right in front of the play. And so whoever he was blocking did a good job coming off of the block. And it is going to go against the Cobblers here. We're going to get a number here for you. As Scott Jacobson tries to sort this out, talk to his crew.
Again, your coaches for these teams, Neil Cruz, the coach for the Cobblers. Michael Scott is your head coach for Rapid City Stevens.
Each coach in their 2nd year. That's a wise call. Why give them an extra down when they pretty much got nothing out of it? It looked like there was an opportunity. If he would have been able to read the block or navigate the block a little bit better, but the defender did a great job coming off of it and forcing him into the sideline.
3rd and 9 from the 10-yard line. Ryan Wetch from the gun, trips left, one receiver to the right. He's going to throw down the left sideline, and he overthrows the receiver running down that sideline. That's going to be number 14, so that was Jace Anderson.
And he had an opportunity. He had about a half a step or so on the defender, threw it right where you need to. When you don't want to throw it to the middle of the field where your safeties are sitting, you throw it along the sideline, and he was heading right there, and we get another penalty by the Cobblers.
It is holding against the Cobblers, but it's going to be declined by Rapid City Stevens. That'll bring up 4th down, and now Rapid City Central will punt for the 2nd time tonight.
I'll tell you what, who says that special teams aren't important definitely doesn't know. I mean, the Cobblers now unable to execute, backed up in here, so they're going to get a punt, and the Raiders are likely going to get the ball around the 50 or 40-yard line.
Here's Corder Doney. He's back at the Cobbler 40. He's going to take the football, and he's going to get a return of he's still on his feet. He breaks or escapes one tackler, and he tries to get to the outside. So he covered a lot of territory in a small amount of time, but he only got about maybe 5 or 6 yards on that return.
Yeah, they did a great job of wrapping him up right at the 35-yard line. Looked like he was going to go down, but he kept his feet churning. He got actually down to, I think, about the 31, but then for some reason he ran backwards to the 35 to try to escape it, and that's where they ended up pinning him down to the 36.
So Rapid City Stevens has great field position now as they get the ball for the 2nd time tonight, with 3:53 remaining in the first quarter of this scoreless game. Here's Jensen from the gun, hands the ball off to Glenn. There's the ball's on the turf. It's going to be picked up by Glenn, and then he's sacked, or tackled rather, back at the 38-yard line.
Wow, he was fortuitous bounce there to get it. It just rolled around, and nobody was around. He picked it up and, got to actually corralled by the Cobblers.
A loss of 3 yards. We're looking at 2nd and 13 now with the ball on the Cobbler 39. Going from right to left. Just a bad exchange that time between Jensen and Glenn. They'll go 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Scott goes in motion. There's a screen pass to Scott on that right side. He's at the 40, now working down the right sideline. He's going to be forced out of bounds right at the 33-yard line.
And I think the Cobbler bench wants a block in the back. It looks like there might have been a little bit of contact, but nobody got knocked around or anything. No Raider got knocked around, or Cobbler rather got knocked. So I think they let that one go and let the play carry on.
They'll move the football inside the 35-yard line. They place it at the 34, so that's going to be a gain of 5 yards. We're now looking at 3rd and 8 coming up for Rapid City Stevens. Jensen again from the gun, 2 receivers to each side. He drops back. A little hitch route on that far side, caught by Caden Nelson, and Nelson is going to be pushed backwards.
Yeah, a good catch right along the sidelines, but he's going to be short of the 1st down. 4-down territory, definitely going to go for it right here are the Raiders, but nice little safe throw. You've had Jed Jensen struggling the last week. Hasn't come out here lighting a fire by any means, so you get him some nice, safe throws, nice little short routes. Here's your chance. You get a little curl route, you get a little hitch route, something right there to get a nice, safe throw to get yourself a 1st down.
So we're looking at 4th and 3 from the ball at the 29-yard line. They need to get to the Cobbler 26. Trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Glenn lined up to the left of Jensen. He'll take it from the gun. Now he's going to get the pass away, and it's out of the hands of Scott. It's like it hit him in the chest and bounced off of him. Incomplete as they turn it over on down.
Yeah, that thing ricocheted. I don't know if Scott turned his head because he had an open spot right in the middle of that zone, right on the little seam route is where he was. He just sat down, exactly what you're supposed to do. I thought the ball was delivered in a great spot. I think he just turned his head and was ready to go upfield and instead didn't look it in. And like you said, I think it just bounced right off his chest.
So the Raiders will turn it over on downs. Again, on the State Farm scoreboard, we are scoreless between Rapid City Stevens and Rapid City Central.
And we're going to get a substitution in here. Scott Jacobson calls the quarterback out, saying his knee pads are not where they're supposed to be. I know that from personal experience because he's told that about my quarterback and my running back when he does my middle school game. So I know he's all over it. A good official, Scott Jacobson.
So new quarterback now from the gun. They'll hand the ball off. This one will go to Darrow. Darrow escapes a tackle, tries to spin out of one. He'll take it from the 29 out to the 33-yard line for a pickup of 4. Now we're looking at 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, I think you really undersold it. You said he broke a tackle. It looked like he broke about 4 tackles. There were 3 guys that had their hands on him, looks like. He broke through that, broke through another one, and then was able to get to where he's at right now.
Again, 2nd and 6 from the 33-yard line. And are we going to get
another one? Hey, he's got to get his knee pads. They have to. I tell you what, players don't like knee pads at all. They want to pull them up over their knees. They say it interferes with how they run, so they kind of pull them up. And now that's the second time now Scott Jacobson in 2 plays has said, look, your knee pads can't be up over your knees. They got to be down. So either you tape them down, which is I see what they did with Ryan Wetch. You see the tape right on top of his knee pads, keep him down. And I think the players intentionally pull them up.
And so was a Marion Sailor who had to go to get his knee pads taped now. So here's Wetch. He'll hand the ball off to Davis. Davis tries to break a tackle. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. We're now looking at 3rd and 6. No running room there for Seth Davis as Mars Sailor checks back in.
Well, he ran into the back of Darrow is what happened. I think Darrow's supposed to be the lead blocker, and instead he got stood up by the defender. Davis ran into the back of him and tried to run around him, but if you don't hit a hole right away, if you don't execute, either go around a block or through a block or wherever you need to go right away, defenders nowadays, either linemen fighting through it or linebackers filling holes, just get there too quickly.
Wetch will go from the shotguns, 3rd and 6 now. Here's Wetch rolling out to his left. Pump fakes. The ball is loose. He was hit. The ball is loose. Do the Raiders have it? It's the first turnover of the ball game, and the Raiders come away with it inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that was number 45, Brandon Inman, who got on the back side of him as Wetch was trying to find the spot, looking to his left, and didn't see Inman coming from the backside. Hit him as his hand was out with the ball out there, holding it, trying to palm it like a basketball or something like that, and gets knocked out and recovered by the Raiders.
The Raiders will have it 1st and 10 on the 28-yard line of the Cobblers. There's the handoff to Glenn. Glenn gets through one hole, breaks one tackle. He's at the 25-20, down the sideline to the 10, and out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. A nice run there by Uriah Glenn.
Yeah, he broke 3 tackles on that run that time. First, getting out of the hands of the first tackler that was behind the line of scrimmage. The next one, he just stiff-armed around there and then turned the corner on the other one.
So the ball placed right at the 5-yard line with 44 seconds left. 1st and goal for the Raiders as they are knocking on the door to try to score first. Jensen will go from the gun. Hands the ball off to Glenn. Glenn gets around the tackle to the right side. Now cuts back to his left. Penalty marker on the field. He gets in for the touchdown, but we'll see what the officials say. Is this one coming back?
Yeah, it came from the near side. The play went to the far side. I saw number 63 for the Raiders had a hand on the defender, but it looked like he had his hands on him fairly well. They're going to call it on 69.
So that touchdown will be
negated,
and this one is going to come back to the 18-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Raiders.
That's Thomas Mardian, who also plays basketball, a pretty solid, hefty-looking player on the court as well. Does a great job there. I think he does a great job playing the line. Just got a little too handsy.
Jensen from the gun once again, takes the snap, hands it off to Glenn. He'll go right up the middle of the field, gets to the 15-yard line. He's corralled by a Cobbler, and he's going to be taken down at the 14-yard line for a gain of 4 yards to bring up 2nd and goal.
Yeah, Dawson Miller had a hold of him, and he actually had his left arm around where the ball was, and he's trying to either hold on to it or pull it out or saying, guys, do something, get over here and help me tackle this guy.
Down to the final 5 seconds, and the Raiders are going to let the clock run out. So that is going to be the end of the first quarter on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. After one, it is scoreless between the Raiders and the Cobblers. We're back in 1 minute right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 AM. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Hey, renters in the Black Hills. I'm State Farm agent Scott Carlson, and I'm ready to surprise you in a good way with surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance. That's right. Me and my team can help you protect your car and your stuff for less than you might think. Get a quote and see how much you can save. You might be surprised. Call me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, for your surprisingly great auto and renter's rate today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, sales, service, and side-by-sides. Rapid City Stevens had the ball to start this second quarter. They throw it to the end zone. Jensen to Alex Trokamoinen, and he kind of slides to make the catch, but they're going to say that it hit the turf.
Yeah, it's something like that. The referee had a good angle on it as he can see. Actually, we could see that angle. Mm-hmm. He was just closer on it, but yeah, he tried to do a little basket catch. He was wide open. They did a little fake jet to the left and threw it off to the right and is unable to deliver. So again, Jensen's still a little bit off his mark so far.
Again, on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, we are scoreless between the Raiders and the Cobblers. Here's Jensen once again. He's looking to the end zone. Now he's just going to dump it off to Glenn. Glenn, he's at the 5-yard line, gets down to about the 4. And we're looking at 4th and goal now coming up for Rapid City Stevens from the Cobbler 4.
And we saw that play last week where he drops back a little 3 to 5 step drop. He looks to his right, pump fakes, and gets everybody to look and shift, and the linebackers and the whole defense to shift that way. And then forget the fact that they are actually setting up a screen pass onto the left side. So executed well. He just couldn't smell the end zone.
So the Raiders will go for it on 4th down to try to get on the scoreboard first. 4th and goal from the 4. There's the snap to Jensen. They're going to fake the handoff. It looks like it was Jensen who kept the football, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So the Raiders will turn it over on downs.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of a read option there. And I don't know if that was the turnover last time that the Raiders got themselves. But he tries to read it, and then they got to see, is that defensive end crashing down on me? If he crashes down, then the quarterback keeps it. If he doesn't crash down, then he lets it go, and Glenn takes it up the middle, which I thought he had a good open spot there. Mm-hmm. But I think maybe the execution wasn't quite exactly where it needed to be. The Cobblers blew it up well. Like you said, turnover on downs.
Second one tonight by Rapid City Stevens. Looks like a blitz shown by Rapid City Stevens. Long snap count there. Ryan Wetch takes it from the end zone, hands the ball off, and it's going to be Lane Darrow trying to get it to or cut to the outside. He does. He's going to take it out to near the 10-yard line on a hard run there by Lane Darrow.
Yeah, he did a great job. I'll tell you what, that was a risky play. You had a blitz coming in by the Raider linebackers. You had an inside handoff that went across the formation. If that blitz had gotten into the backfield, he could have easily tackled him right in 2 yards deep in the end zone. But the Cobblers did a good job picking it up. Lane Darrow runs hard, gets to the outside, and gets extra yards.
We're looking at 2nd and 6 now coming up. There's the handoff once again. Right up the middle of the field is going to be Darrow once again. I believe that's 24. He's going to take it out to about the 12-yard line. So now 3rd and short coming up for Rapid City Central.
I don't know if he's got a nickname, but it might be like the Hammer or something like that, just because of how hard he runs and he hits that hole and he keeps his feet churning. We'll see 2 very well coached and hard running backs. Both of them do it a little bit differently. Darrow does it with a hammer. Glenn does it with swiftness.
From the gun once again, Wetch hands it off. It'll go to Darrow. He cuts back to his left. And the ball is on the ground. Is it another fumble? Is it going to be Raider football?
We're going to see. I don't see
it. It is Raider football, says Scott Jacobson.
Wow, 2 turnovers by the Cobblers. They're fighting hard so well to keep in this game. Right now, they're doing everything to allow the Raiders to win the game, but the Raiders aren't taking advantage of it either. So, interesting scenarios that are playing out tonight by both clubs. I was a little critical of the Cobblers coming in their defense in the pregame show, but they've done a pretty good job stepping up. Now they're faced with another daunting task: hold the Raiders out of the end zone again.
1st and 10 from the Cobbler 13. There's the handoff to Glenn. Glenn gets to the outside. He's at the 10, the 5, heading for the end zone, and he's in for the score.
You saw that read option again that time. He held on to it. The Cobbler got right in his face, and he had to decide, who am I going to tackle? This guy or this guy? And instead, he let it go to Glenn. Glenn ran around that tackler and had a wide open alley to run through right into the end zone.
And that touchdown is powered by Rapid Skills. Rapid Skills is Rapid City's premier athletic training facility with professional coaches and trainers. Take your game to the next level at Rapid Skills. Visit rapidskillsathletictraining.com. And there's the 2-point conversion. Did they get in? It looks like that's Jed Jensen who just gets the ball over the pylon. And so the 2-point conversion is good on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. It's Rapid City Stevens 8 and Rapid City Central nothing.
Kind of a crazy. It was a spread. We see nowadays they run these on these 2-point type of plays. You see, all of a sudden there's 8 guys one side, and there's 3 guys over this way, and instead they ran an option route to that side, and instead of pitching it, Jensen kept it. They got some hands on him, but just couldn't spin him out enough until he dove forward from the 2-yard line to get that score.
So again, Rapid City Stevens with that lead. The Cobblers, though, will have the football. The Cobblers have had the ball 4 times tonight. They were forced to punt twice, and then they've had 2 fumbles in this ball game. So we'll see if they can kind of turn things around here with 10 minutes to go in this second quarter.
It's kind of their MO. We've seen the Cobblers early on. Their running game is effective. It's the same here tonight. Their running game, get moving. It's been effective fairly well all night, but that first series, they were like chunks and chunks of yards as they were churning it down. And then all of a sudden, these next few series, A, they've turned the ball over twice, but B, maybe not quite as much yards each through the running game. So they really kind of need to get back to that effectiveness.
Parker Mesmer kicks off from the 40, end over end lane. Darrow lets it bounce at the 15. He's going to take it from there. He's at the 20, and then he's going to be wrapped up at about the 21 or 22-yard line. Short return there by Lane Darrow.
I'll tell you, rule number 1, special teams. Don't let the ball bounce. Absolutely don't let the ball bounce. It's a football. It could go any number of directions. I'm not a mathematician or a geometry guy, but it could go anywhere. You have to get it on the run. He tried to play it on the one hop like maybe you're a shortstop. No, don't do that. You have to sprint up and catch it on the run. And, in fact, you want to do that. That's going to get your momentum.
Here come the Cobblers now, 1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line. Wetch hands it off. It'll be Darrow. Then a penalty marker comes flying in. Darrow out to about the 24-yard line. That'd be a nice little gain there, but we'll see what this penalty marker is all about.
It looks like it's going to go. Looks like it's going to go back, but he had a great hole to run through, and I don't know if the hold was. If that's what caused the hole to be open as wide, but Cobbler's struggling. Again, when you get that penalty, especially in this type of offense. They are not designed a wide open offense, able to make these wide open plays. They got to be able to run the ball effectively.
They move the ball back to the 9-yard line. 2nd and 17 now for the Cobblers. Here's Wetch. He'll drop back. Has a hitch route to that near sideline. It's going to be incomplete, intended for Mars Saylor, but there were 2 defenders there. It's broken up. Falls incomplete, and now 2nd down coming up for the Cobblers. A quick scoring update with the on the State Farm scoreboard. Again, in Class 11B as they start their playoffs tonight. In the 3rd quarter, it's Elk Point Jefferson 28, St. Thomas More 21. And with 2 minutes left in the 3rd, Bridgewater Emory Ethan 41, Hot Springs 6.
A couple of West River teams trying to move on.
And I believe they're going to blow it dead once again. There was the handoff, but you heard whistles immediately.
Right. Just troubling right now for the Cobblers.
Defense, number 4, 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
So a 5-yard penalty against the Raiders, though.
Right. And in high school, if that defense is in the neutral zone or makes a move into the neutral zone, they're going to blow it dead right away versus let the play go on like they do in kind of the upper levels of football. But, a break now for the Cobblers. They got now 2nd and long, I guess. It's a better break than what they were.
2nd and about 12. Here's Wetch from the gun. Throws down the middle of the field, but he overthrows Lane Darrow. Lane only stands 5'8", and it's a little too far over his outstretched arms. That'll fall incomplete. We're now looking at 3rd and 12.
Yeah, he tried to just get underneath the zone right in there, get a spot, and get it underneath, try to get it more manageable. It's kind of runs more like a run play. It's just those short little dink and dunk type plays that you get it underneath. You run a couple of receivers deep that stretches the field, forces those safeties to get back, and those linebackers are taught to read, and so they drop back and drop back and drop back, and so what that does is that opens that umbrella underneath and gives them an opportunity. But yeah, when you can't connect to your receiver, then that isn't as effective.
We're going to have another penalty this time, or actually against the Raiders once again. As the Cobblers were facing a 2nd and 12, they're going to put the ball right at the 24-yard line. So now 2nd and about 3 coming up. They need to get to the 27. The ball's at the 24. They need to get to the 27 for a first down. They hurry up to the line of scrimmage. 8 seconds on the play clock. Wetch from the gun, drops back. Screen pass to the right side, caught by Saylor. Saylor's going to be wrapped up, and he's going to fall just short of that first down.
Yeah, a little wide receiver screen. The one thing about a wide receiver screen is you got to get the ball out in a hurry, and he did a fairly good job of getting there. The problem is if your defenders aren't far enough off of that screen, it makes it tough to get it, turn upfield, and read your block and get past your block. And the Raiders were so close that he only gets it and gets a couple of yards out of it.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's 3rd and 1 now. Wetch with a long snap count. The ball is on the ground once again. They tried to hand it off on that misdirection, and it's going to be another turnover for Rapid City Central, the 3rd of this ball game for the Cobblers.
Wow, frustration absolutely has to be setting in for the coaching staff of the Cobblers right now. They're calling plays. They're somewhat effective, doing a decent job. You have to be able to be effective against this Raider defense. And now you turn the ball over 3 times in Raider territory, or Cobbler territory, rather.
You've had the ball 5 times in this ball game, and you turn it over 3 of those. So now Jed Jensen from the gun, 1st and 10 for the Raiders in Cobbler territory. There's the handoff. It'll go to, that's number 1. So that's Easton Ogle.
Yeah, just a little jet toss is what it was. And he came across, and I think the Cobblers did a pretty good job of covering that. It looked like he had a little opening there, but couldn't quite get through it as the Cobblers zeroed in on him.
No gain on that jet toss there to Easton Ogle, so that'll bring up 2nd and 10 now for the Raiders. Again, on the Cobbler 23-yard line, they lead on the State Farm scoreboard 8-0. with 7:49 to play here in this second quarter. Our halftime show coming up in about 10 minutes. They fake the handoff, then they pump fake. Jensen, though, still on his feet. He's going to get rid of the football, has a receiver, and it's caught for a touchdown!
That's Easton Ogle again. What a fantastic job did Jensen using his legs that time. We didn't get a chance to see that last week as he was smothered up and really just ineffective with the legs. And you forget about how athletic he is, but did a great job. It was a play action. Everyone zeroed in on Glenn. And then he rolls out to the left, nothing there, and instead takes off and starts running. You think, oh, this guy's going to run, and instead he keeps his composure, finds Ogle. Ogle does exactly what receivers are taught to do. You have to go with the flow of the quarterback. Which way is the quarterback going? His original route was probably not running that direction to the right. He was probably going to the left, and then he saw that Jensen had to stop, turn around, and run to the right. So he stops his route and cuts back the other way and had 2 or 3 steps on the defender.
So that touchdown is going to be negated once again.
And you see Thomas Marty tried to plead with the official hey man, and I have a personal experience with him having, officiated the sub-varsity basketball games. He does the same thing. He will ask you questions, which is what coaches tell you to do. Hey, ask the official. He'll ask you questions right in the middle of the game. Not as the play's happening, but, in dead ball situations. He'll ask you questions of, hey, what did I do wrong? What can I do this time?
Looks like we're going to get a timeout, so we will take a timeout as well. Again, on the State Farm scoreboard here at O'Hara Stadium, Rapid City Stevens leads Rapid City Central 8-0. We're back in 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Hey, Warren Chemical is ready for winter. Are you? They stock quality ice melt products for sidewalks, driveways, and parking areas that will melt ice down to minus 15 degrees. Warren Chemical Ice Melt is less toxic than baking soda, is the least damaging to concrete surrounding grass and other plants, and can be applied before or after the snow falls. Available in 50-pound bags and less expensive than the discount store 20-pound buckets. Call 342-7644. Warren Chemical, a proud sponsor of all Rapid City and surrounding area schools.
The best new cars.
We wrap up the high school regular season. There's the little pitch. It'll go to Glenn. Glenn down the right sideline. He's going to be forced out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. That's going to be a gain. Actually, I didn't see where they started. Probably about, 7-8 yards there?
Yeah, he did a good job cutting up the field, but they had, backed it up from the penalty, and it was Aiden Mason. I'll tell you what, they were in man coverage that time. You saw, because Glenn went in motion, you saw Mason trying to chase him down. What better way? If you get a linebacker who's already, 5 to 6, 7 yards off of the line of scrimmage to be the guy chasing you?
3rd and 19 from the 32. Play action now. Throwing down the middle of the field. Has a receiver. Ogle makes the catch, and he's going to be tackled at about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, a great job that time. I think Jensen had to wait for a second because he was ready. After the handoff, he set his feet. He was ready to throw. And then he had to reset his feet and find Ogle streaking in the back. I thought the coverage was there, but Ogle is just a speedy guy and just able to get the separation he's looking for.
Again, the Raiders lead 8-0. They've had 2 touchdowns already negated in this ball game. They'll be first and goal from the 2-yard line. Jensen from the gun takes the snap, hands it off to Glenn. Glenn right up the middle, goes in untouched for 2 yards, and the Raiders go up 14-0.
How about that? The Raiders kind of finally starting to show their offense now. They had 3 turnovers to work with. They've converted 2 of them, giving themselves a 2-score lead pending the extra point here.
They lead 14-0. Again, we'll see. Looks like they're lined up again for that 2-point.
Yeah, so here's the crazy formation. They just ran an option to the right last time.
Jensen takes the snap. There's the handoff. And now they pass to the end zone, and it is incomplete. It's underthrown to the receiver.
Yeah, a little interesting misdirection. It was a perfect play call because everyone started following him as he kind of flipped it out there. But Jace Anderson was playing defensive back on that and just tipped it enough that made the ball fall harmlessly to the ground.
So on the State Farm scoreboard, it's Rapid City Stevens 14 and Rapid City Central nothing. And again, that touchdown is powered by Rapid Skills. Rapid Skills is Rapid City's premier athletic training facility with professional coaches and trainers. Take your game to the next level at Rapid Skills. Visit rapidskillsathletictraining.com. So that 14-0 lead for the Raiders, Dean. And it's just not been a good first half for the Cobblers.
No, it hasn't, and it started out good. We saw they overcame that first penalty of the game, of the first play of the game. They overcame that, got a good drive, had the Raiders pinned back deep. But since then, what have they done? They've punted again, turned the ball over 3 times. Yeah, they basically have given the game to the Raiders, and the Raiders finally getting their offense going a little bit. But it's pretty easy when you start inside
a very short
your red zone.
Yep, absolutely. So Parker Mesmer will kick off now from the 40, going from left to right. And it looks like Lane Darrow is standing inside the 15-yard line for the Cobblers. Again, we want to thank you for watching tonight, also on GoCobblersLive.com. I said we're very glad to bring you the game. There's the kick. Darrow takes it inside the 10-yard line, out to the 15, the 20. Still on his feet. Breaks one tackle. Now he's out to the 30, the 35. Cuts back to the left, now to the right. He's at the 45-yard line, tripped up as he gets to midfield. A nice return there, and then a penalty marker late.
Yeah, we're going to get a personal foul against somebody here in just a second. But how about Lane Darrow? Did a better job that time. Obviously, the kick was more deep, and so he had to retreat. He could have retreated a couple more yards and got a better run at it, but did a great job, bust through the line, exactly what he does. He's more like a fullback instead. He's like your Jerome Bettis type. I know wasn't a fullback, although everybody wanted him to be. And he's just able to bust through that hole there on the kick return team, and like you said, put on the Jets, outran a couple of Raiders, and just did a great job of churning up some yards.
And Dean, we had some, there were some words exchanged there, so a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty as they move the ball now to the Raider 35-yard line.
Yeah, it was extracurricular, talking, what have you. Backside of the play was like 10 yards away from the play.
Here's Wetch now from the gun. Actually, Wetch is not in there, but he hands the ball off to Darrow. Darrow with some hard running right up the middle of the field, gets down to the 30 for a gain of 5 to bring up 2nd and 10 now.
That was Saylor in on, he was the quarterback that time, and he's still in there. I see Wetch on the sideline. He's not being tended to or anything, but he's just standing there. I don't know if they're going to try to maybe run a little bit of Wildcat here. They've also got their running back as well is number 43.
Saylor hands the ball off. This one goes to number 5 is who it is. That's going to be Aiden Mason. And Mason is going to find some running room to the right side as he's going to get the first down to the 22-yard line.
You've got Sawyer Saucerman in the backfield, Aiden Mason, and Amarian Saylor. It's like... I've seen this before. I don't know. I'm not on the sideline, but it might be, hey, guys, if we're not going to do a good enough job, I'm going to put guys in who do. Now, I can't imagine they're saying that. Maybe they're just giving a break to Darrow, but
Saylor on a Wildcat. That's the direct snap. He'll get to the 20-yard line and then is going to be tackled at about the 18-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 4. We're looking at 2nd and 6 coming up now for Rapid City Central as they get in the red zone with just a little over 5 minutes to go before halftime.
And Darrow came in. Davis comes out. Saylor's going to stay in, but like I said, Saylor did a great job that time. He bounced off of one tackle and was still able to get, 5 yards off of that play just by the Wildcat.
So again, Saylor will go from the shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. 2nd and 6 from the 18, fakes the handoff, gets to the outside, and then he loses the football. He stumbles, loses the football, and it's going to be the 4th turnover of this ball game as the Raiders get it back.
I don't know if he rolled his ankle or he get caught on the turf, but either way,
he's still down.
Yeah, like you said, he's hurting at the moment, and he's grabbing for his left hip, but I don't know, he misstep or that was kind of the craziest thing. It's like literally, it's almost like a sniper shot him. I mean, he's not in front of the Raider side of the field, so where the fans are, so I wouldn't call it a sniper, but something happened, and he just absolutely just twisted, hurt something on his left leg, left hip area, and just literally dropped the ball on his way to the ground. I don't know if the ball hit his leg or what happened. They're looking at it, but 4 turnovers now for the Cobblers when they're playing well. I mean, you erase those turnovers. You can imagine what you could be doing right now for the Cobblers. You could be leading this ball game.
And Saylor is helped to his feet. He is being led off there by the trainers. But again, he was untouched, just kind of slipped there or maybe turned awkwardly, loses the football, and now it will be the Raiders with a chance to maybe add to their score with 4:39 to go before halftime. Again, the Raiders lead on the State Farm scoreboard 14-0.
I'd like to see that replay on that too, to see what happened. And he's such an important part. You know, as thin as their bench is, they need him on the field.
Oh, absolutely. They'll hand it off to Glenn. Glenn still on his feet. He's at the 30, the 35, and he's going to be tackled just shy of the 40-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 20 yards on that carry for Uriah Glenn. And boy, what a workhorse. We saw how well he ran last week, and once again, he is running hard again tonight.
Yeah, he's very elusive. He's hard to bring down. You can't get a clean hit on him.
There's the handoff. This time they'll give Glenn a break.
Yeah, I just gave him kind of a fullback drive right up the middle. Now they're going to run some sort of no-huddle offense. What they got there was that.
We're looking at 2nd and 6 from the 43-yard line of the Raiders. They're going to go 2 receivers to each side. Jensen drops back, looks to his right. And now he's going to fire it down the right sideline for Ogle. Ogle had to come back for the football, and then a penalty marker will come in from the back judge.
Yeah, that ball was well underthrown. You saw it kind of wobble as it went down the field, and he had to really come back and get it. And it's going to be pass interference on the defense, but it really didn't have to be. Not at all.
So that's going to be a first down as they move the ball into Cobbler territory, down to the 42-yard line. Automatic first down, 1st and 10 coming up from the 42, 3:57 remaining before halftime. Jensen will go with 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. He puts Scott in motion on that jet sweep, hands it off to Scott. Scott turns the corner. He's going to be forced out of bounds at about the 35-yard line, but another penalty flag on that far sideline in front of the Cobbler bench.
I think it's going to be illegal formation or illegal shift could be. And now we're going to get another one going to come to the sideline. This might be a sideline infraction. They might waive that one off as a dead ball one and give a warning to the Cobblers on that side. But I think it's going to be, an illegal shift or illegal formation by the Raiders. They're going to back it up. We're going to have a little bit of a discussion here.
A huddle over there between 3 of the officials. I think Scott Jacobson ready to give us the details.
Oh, they are. That's going to be on number 9 on the defense for the Cobblers. That's Eli Heeman.
So they will enforce both penalties. Again, we had unsportsmanlike conduct against the Cobblers.
Right, because it's in basketball, it's called a false multiple foul is what it's called. Because one happened before the ball was dead and one happened after the ball was dead. So they have to enforce both. So they're going to enforce the formation one way, and then they do the unsportsmanlike conduct or that way. which is a bonus of 10 for the Raiders as they get out of that. So they have a penalty, and now they get 10 yards out of it.
So the ball will be placed at the 32-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Raiders. They fake the handoff, rolling out to the right now and throwing to the end zone for Easton Ogle, and it is out of the hands of Easton Ogle. He had a chance to make a play, and it's incomplete.
All right, now Jensen finally got a great ball.
That was a good-looking throw.
It was. He set his feet. He had a nice, tight spiral on that. It looked like it was right in the pocket of Ogle, and he's just unable to make that catch. So not helping his quarterback out any.
So incomplete, stops the clock at 3:43. 1st and 10, or rather 2nd and 10 coming up for the Raiders. They lead by 2 scores. And are we going to get a timeout? It looks like we are. Stevens will take their second timeout, so we will take a break as well. We're going to send it back to the studio for 30 seconds. Again, you're listening to high school football on Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com. We're back in 30 seconds.
The best used cars. It stands to reason that the better a product is made, the longer it will last, which makes getting a high-quality, low-mileage Toyota at a great price a very savvy move. You can drive a barely used certified pre-owned vehicle today. 1.99% APR financing available on all Camry, Corolla, Prius, and RAV4. The right cars, the right price, the right experience. See you soon at Danny Manholt Toyota Rapid City and DannyManholtToyota.com. The best new cars.
Field at O'Hara Stadium to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service, and Side-by-Sides. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. 3:43 to go before halftime, and Rapid City Stevens leading Rapid City Central 14-0 on the State Farm scoreboard.
Well, it's a great-looking full moon straight away from us. That might be the Cobblers theme song, A Bad Moon on the Rise, if they don't correct some of their mistakes.
Jensen dumps it off to Glenn. He's at the 30-yard line, tries to break away from a tackler. He does down the left sideline. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown for Uriah Glenn of 32 yards, and I don't see any penalty flags.
I don't either. There were hands on him, and like you said, we saw him jerked to the left, and it looked like they were going to throw him down. Instead, he keeps his balance, tough, physical specimen, keeps his balance, elusive, doesn't let you get a good hit on him, breaks that, and just uses his speed and jets to go right up the sideline.
That's the 3rd touchdown of the ball game for Uriah Glenn. And here comes the extra point attempt. They will actually attempt an extra point for the first time tonight. Parker Mesmer with the kick, and this one is through the uprights. Again, with 3:32 to go on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, it's Rapid City Stevens 21, the Rapid City Central Cobblers nothing. And that touchdown is powered by Rapid Skills. Rapid Skills is Rapid City's premier athletic training facility with professional coaches and trainers. Take your game to the next level at Rapid Skills. Visit rapidskillsathletictraining.com. And here in the second quarter, we've seen 3 touchdowns by the Raiders, and Dean, boy, they are pulling away as they've had short fields to work with, not so much on the last drive, but they have been showing, their, I don't know if you would call it dominance, but their offense has been definitely becoming more effective after that first quarter.
Yeah, I would say more like they're able to take advantage of the situations that are given to them. And that's a sign of good teams. That's what you do. The Raiders did that when they played Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Mm-hmm. They had opportunities given to them. They took advantage of them. Their offense did, and they were able to get that win. And that's the type of Raider team that we saw early on in this season, and just not effective at all as of late. And so to see something up here, at least we saw that first drive was not good, but after that, the Raiders have taken care of business.
There's your kickoff lane. Darrow takes it at the 5-yard line. He'll take it out to the 10, the 15, and finally He's going to be tossed to the ground at about the 17-yard line. A return of about 12 yards there for Lane Darrow, and the Cobblers will have it with 3:23 to go. But this first half has not been so kind to the Cobblers as they've turned the ball over 4 times.
It is, and it's really all of them. You know, like you said, turnovers, and they're all on handoffs of some sort, either an exchange or a faulty step. You know, who knows what happened. Is Saylor back in the game? No, Wetch is in there now. Oh, Saylor is. He's over here on this near side.
So Ryan Wetch from the shotgun, 1st and 10 for the Cobblers. There's the handoff to Darrow. He runs hard, gets out to about the 19-yard line, so only a gain of, actually, about 3 yards.
Yeah.
They start from the 16, so.
That's the type of offense they have. You know, we saw, not last year, but the 2, 3, 4 years previous to that when Eric Iverson coached and he had that single wing tee. That was their MO. They ran short, hard turn yardage. They had reads by the line, and they just chew up a game and make the game really short by that run.
I formation this time. Darrow gets to the outside, switches the ball to his other hand, and he's going to get some positive yardage real close to a first down. They'll spot the ball at the Cobbler 25, and that's going to bring up 3rd and short now for Rapid City Central.
I think this is the type of offense, or at least the effectiveness of this offense, is what Coach Iverson was looking for in those years that he had him. Of course, when you have Cole Meisman at quarterback, it's kind of hard to just do that type of offense, and so. But they're still doing it. Not the single wing tee, but running effectively.
Wetch once again, he'll hand the ball off. This one will go to Darrow, and Darrow, I think he's going to be just short of that first down. We'll see where they spot the football.
You know, you hate to say it. Are they gonna? Yeah, they're gonna say 4th, but 4th and really short. Oh, they're gonna say first down. I see.
Scott Jacobson.
Pointing, saying first down, and so the Cobblers are going to get an opportunity. They're going to move the chains. I think they normally stop the clock, but they didn't on that situation, so I think the Cobblers got kind of cheated out of a few seconds here, about 10.
Wetch from the shotgun. He'll drop back, now looks to his right, throws to the sideline, but he overthrows Jaron Linzegraf. It goes over his head, goes out of bounds. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10 for the Cobblers.
You know, and the defense right now for the Raiders, they want to be able to defend the sidelines a little bit better. They're saying, hey, throw it to the middle of the field, and because we don't want you to run the ball. We want you to get the ball on the sidelines and get out of bounds to stop that clock.
Down to the final 90 seconds.
They're really not setting up for it.
From the shotgun once again, Wetch. Down the left sideline, puts it up for Saylor, and it is it's picked off. It's intercepted by Rapid City Stevens.
Yeah, Eli Oxner. The ball was a little underthrown. You saw it kind of wobbly down there. If you would have put a more juice and a more tight ball on that one, he would have been able to hit his receiver, but instead he put it where he's supposed to. Right over the corner, but it was just underthrown. I think they're going to say incomplete.
Incomplete, yeah. At first I thought the way they got up there, of course, the defender is always going to try to sell the call or
definitely
sell the turnover.
Especially when it's right in front of your own bench. You know, everyone's, selling it, and you teach your players that all the time. Hey, sell it, see if we can get the officials to do something our way.
And Stevens will take their final timeout with 1:24 to go on the State Farm scoreboard again in the second quarter. The score is 21-0. Rapid City Stevens leading the Rapid City Central Cobblers. Let's take a quick look at a scoring update. We'll look at Class 11 AAA right now. Again, this is the final game of the regular season for Class 11A, AA, and AAA. Sioux Falls Roosevelt defeats Aberdeen Central 41-14. Sioux Falls O'Gorman all over Sioux Falls Jefferson 49-6. The Knights have put up over 150 points in their final 3 games of the regular season.
That's kind of crazy. I thought maybe the Knights were not one of the better teams there in Sioux Falls and were not going to make an impact on the playoffs, but the way they've been playing, and especially a Sioux Falls Jefferson team that has lots of talent on the offense.
And then one facing number 2 in Class 11 AAA. It's top-ranked Harrisburg 14, second-ranked Brandon Valley 7, at halftime.
And, of course, the winner of this game gets to face the winner of that game, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Here's Wetch now from the shotgun. He's being chased, and he's going to be sacked back at the 21-yard line. Wetch tried to get out of the pocket, but he was wrapped up from behind and tackled at the 21, and now 4th down coming up for Rapid City Central.
You don't think that the Raiders welcome Luke Chiolis back?
Oh, absolutely. He missed, 2 or 3 games?
Yeah, it's several of them anyway, and we can definitely see how effective he is because they can just, the linebackers can just run around and make tackles all over the place when he's in the game.
Verminson will punt from inside the 15-yard line. It's going to be just a line drive or squib kick. Corderdoni gets away from it. He slipped. I think he wanted to pick it up, but he's just going to let it roll, and the Cobblers will down it at the 43.
He's probably lucky he didn't where he was at. You want a clean look. Absolutely. When you're a returner, punt returner, kick returner, you want a clean look at what you got, whether you get a true bounce into your hands or you get it on the run or something like that, get a good shot at running at it. That's why they put the fair catch in there, so you could at least have an opportunity. But it's just funny that he got there and he wanted it and slipped. The Raiders are probably thankful that he did.
And now the Raiders with 34 seconds. They may try to take a couple shots to get them, near the goal line here.
Yeah, and they're going to have to run. Obviously, they've used all 3 timeouts here this half, so they're going to have to run some sort of hurry-up offense. And we've seen this. We've seen Jed Jensen get out there and make plays for this team. He really, really struggled last week to be that playmaker for him. See if he's made this last couple of drives, he's been making plays with his arm and his legs, and see if he can do it again here.
Jensen from the shotgun. He's going to drop back. Now he rolls out to the right. He's going to tuck it in, get to the right sideline. He runs out of bounds to stop the clock at 26 seconds after a gain of only 3 yards. And now we're looking at 2nd and 7 from the 46-yard line of the Raiders.
Wisely done there. Save your opportunity. Stop the clock. That's a good heads-up play by Jed Jensen. The Cobblers did a pretty good job that time. It looked like they might be in quarters coverage trying to dare him not to throw the ball deep, but instead throw it underneath, trying to find a hole.
Again, 2nd and 7 from the 46. They'll go trips left, 1 receiver to the right. That's Trokamoinen on single coverage. Dropping back is going to be Jensen from the gun. Pump fakes. Now he's going to throw back to Trokamoinen on an out route. And it's going to go through the hands of Alex Trokamoinen and incomplete to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, that time they were just running a cover 3 that time, and Saylor was the defensive back, the deep safety on that side, and Trokamoinen just trying to, like you said, run a deep out and throw the ball right where he could catch it. And I thought it was fairly decent.
I thought it was catchable.
It was. It was kind of a bullet, though, and I don't think Trokamoinen was ready for that hard of a throw.
We're down to the final 19 seconds now, 3rd and 7 from the Raider 46-yard line. 2 receivers to each side. From the gun, once again, they hand it off to Glenn. Glenn cuts back to his left. He's into Cobbler territory. The 40, the 35, still on his feet. The 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Uriah Glenn, 54-yard touchdown strike.
Incredible. It was basically touchdown or nothing is what you were going to get out of that. Because unless he got stopped up right at the line of scrimmage and you could run up and run another play, he was not going to have enough time if he got tackled anywhere short of the end zone, and the Cobblers knew it. If you got tackled anywhere short of the end zone, you knew the clock was going to run out.
That touchdown is powered by Rapid Skills. Rapid Skills is Rapid City's premier athletic training facility with professional coaches and trainers. Take your game to the next level at Rapid Skills. Visit rapidskillsathletictraining.com. And it looks like the extra point was good. I saw an official run in there. There's a flag, it looks like, right at the hash mark.
And boy, that just, imagine how dejected right now the Cobblers are. They've been fighting, but they have just been absolutely given this game to the Raiders, and the Raiders have been...
So it sounded like a 15-yard penalty.
Right. The Raiders are thankful for the opportunity. I realize we still got a month away from Thanksgiving, but this is kind of a Halloween treat, if you want to call it, that the Cobblers are they're really handing it to them. And the Raiders are saying thank you very much.
So 6 seconds remaining here on the State Farm scoreboard before halftime. And Rapid City Stevens leads Rapid City Central 28-0. Again, last year, Rapid City Central came from behind and defeated the Raiders for the Cobblers' only win last year. And that was a 32-28 score last year. And like I said, it's been going back and forth. These two teams have been alternating wins for the last 6 years.
And so obviously that would mean it's the Raiders' turn to win this year.
That's what it appears to be heading that way.
And I'll tell you what, I don't know if the Cobblers decided, to be in that thankful mood of giving them that opportunity. Hey, we won last year. Why don't you have a turn this year? I don't know. That seems to be the way they're playing.
Teams, yes, ever think that. Of course, you always want to beat your rival.
You mean we're not the city of brotherly love?
Now when it comes to, of course, these two schools, would love to beat one another. This is the 59th meeting between these two teams. There's your squib kick, and the Cobblers will down the football with 3 seconds remaining right at the 37-yard line.
It almost seems like the Cobblers this first half could, I don't want to say do no right, because they did a lot of things good. They ran the ball really effectively, and I thought they had a ground game and a ground attack that was very comparable to what the Raiders' defense brings and what the Raiders' offense is. And I thought it was enough to where they would at least be in this game, and they would be. But the turnovers have just been atrocious. I mean, I don't know, we hand out candy at Thanksgiving, but right now the Cobblers are handing out turnovers.
The Cobblers will take a knee. That's going to do it for the end of the first half. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, that makes the score the Raiders 28, the Cobblers nothing. We'll be back with our halftime show in 2 minutes right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com.
The best used.
At Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we are here to help you make your comeback. Our team is standing by to diagnose and treat your injury with some of the most advanced treatment options available and same-day appointments. Monument Health practitioners work closely with our therapists and physicians in communities throughout the Black Hills, with locations in Rapid City and Spearfish. Visit monument.health/orthopedics for more information. That's monument.health/orthopedics for more information.
My kid wrecked his car, his third car. The kid needs a car. We need the kid to have a car. What did I do? I begged my insurance agent for mercy. That's another story. Then I went to Copper Motors in Rapid City and found a safe, reliable car.
Copper Motors is a small, trusted dealership specializing in safe, quality pre-owned vehicles. No pressure, no hassle. Each vehicle is inspected, serviced, and detailed with a warranty like no other. Copper Motors, corner of Campbell and Omaha.
Where can you get good neighbors service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. I'm State Farm agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Matt McCormick, I'm ready to help. Call 348-0464 for surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
It's Truck Month at Danny Manholt Rapid Chevrolet. Shop a great selection of new Chevy trucks and SUVs. Over 30 new Silverados in stock and on the way. And you can reserve yours today. Plus over 400 used. Brands like GMC, Ford, Ram, Honda, Toyota, Subaru, and more, plus the best selection of used Chevys. Fresh trades available every day. If you're looking for the right used truck or SUV at the right price, it's right here during Truck Month at Denny Mental Rapid Chevrolet or DennyMentalRapidChevrolet.com. It's Truck Month.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to Visit Spearfish.com now.
Star Spangled Batter on Jackson Boulevard in Rapid City, South Dakota. Famous for their delicious cakes, cupcakes, and other tasty baked goods. But did you know they're the only bakery in town to offer free consultations? Not to mention free samples when planning your big or small wedding. They also take special orders for that special party for that special someone. Check out their daily specials on Facebook or call ahead to grab some goodies for the office on your way to work. Star Spangled Batter is a proud sponsor of Rapid City sports and activities on liveticket.tv.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, keep it simple. Insure your car and home with Farm Bureau and you'll have a combined policy with one deductible that can cover it all. That means faster claim resolution and less hassle. Plus, you can save money in the long run. It's the quick way back to normal, because with Farm Bureau, you've got an agent who can make things right when things go wrong. Farm Bureau agents make insurance simple.
Call me, Tom Berger, your Farm Bureau agent in Rapid City, at 348-3470.
A lot has changed since 1962, but one thing hasn't: the hometown service you expect from Dale's Tire and Retreading. Dale's Tire has been providing quality brands and service to the Black Hills area for over 50 years, and we couldn't have done it without you. That's why we are pleased to service your vehicle, saving you time and getting your vehicle back on the road. Because at Dale's Tire, we don't just sell tires, we build lifetime relationships. Dale's Tire, Campbell Street and Deadwood Avenue, Rapid City.
Have you been in a fender bender recently? Maybe have some hail damage on your vehicle? New Miller Truck and Auto Body specializes in body repairs for cars, pickups, and semis. Located at 3030 East Highway 44 in Rapid City, New Miller Truck and Auto Body is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Let their experts undo the damage you did. Call 605-342-0537. You've tried the rest, now try the best. New Miller Truck and Auto Body in Rapid City.
Join the team and take on your legacy. Since 1862, the South Dakota Army National Guard has been ready to defend our freedom and our way of life. When our nation calls, we are there to help our friends, neighbors, and communities in the event of forest fires, floods, tornadoes, and severe winter storms right here in South Dakota. Now we want you to write the next chapter in our rich history of the South Dakota Army National Guard. Visit their Facebook and Instagram pages or nationalguard.com/SD.
It's Honda's Certified Dream Deal sales event. Up to an additional 2 years, 50,000 miles comprehensive warranty, plus certified Hondas come with 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, free oil changes your first year, and 24/7 roadside assistance. Plus, at Denny Menholtz Rushmore Honda, we buy cars. Vehicles are in high demand, and due to limited inventory, your vehicle has never been worth more. Stop by Denny Menholtz Rushmore Honda and either sell or trade today. Located off I-90 on East Small Drive in Rapid City. It's Honda.
Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City Sports Talk Show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Hey, renters in the Black Hills. I'm State Farm Agent Scott Carlson, and I'm ready to surprise you in a good way with surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance. That's right. Me and my team can help you protect your car and your stuff for less than you might think. Get a quote and see how much you can save. You might be surprised. Call me, State Farm Agent Scott Carlson, for your surprisingly great auto and renter's rate today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, Warren Chemical is ready for winter. Are you? They stock quality ice melt products for sidewalks, driveways, and parking areas that will melt ice down to minus 15 degrees. Warren Chemical Ice Melt is less toxic than baking soda, is the least damaging to concrete, surrounding grass, and other plants, and can be applied before or after the snow falls. Available in 50-pound bags and less expensive than the discount store 20-pound buckets. Call 342-7644. Warren Chemical, a proud sponsor of all Rapid City and surrounding area schools.
The best new cars make the best used cars. It stands to reason that the better a product is made, the longer it will last, which makes getting a high-quality, low-mileage Toyota at a great price a very savvy move. You can drive a barely used certified pre-owned vehicle today. 1.99% APR financing available on all Camry, Corolla, Prius, and RAV4. The right cars, the right price, the right experience. See you soon at Danny Manholt Toyota Rapid City and DannyManholtToyota.com. The best new cars.
At Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we are here to help you make your comeback. Our team is standing by to diagnose and treat your injury with some of the most advanced treatment options available and same-day appointments. Monument Health practitioners work closely with our therapists and physicians in communities throughout the Black Hills, with locations in Rapid City and Spearfish. Visit monument.health/orthopedics for more information. That's monument.health/orthopedics for more information.
My kid wrecked his car, his third car. The kid needs a car. We need the kid to have a car. What did I do? I begged my insurance agent for mercy. That's another story. Then I went to Cobblers Motors in Rapid City and found a safe, reliable car.
Cobblers Motors is a small, trusted dealership specializing in safe, quality pre-owned vehicles. No pressure, no hassle. Each vehicle is inspected, serviced, and detailed with a warranty like no other. Cobblers Motors, corner of Campbell and Omaha.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. I'm State Farm agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Matt McCormick, I'm ready to help. Call 348-0464 for surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
It's Truck Month at Danny Manholt Rapid Chevrolet. Shop a great selection of new Chevy trucks and SUVs. Over 30 new Silverados in stock and on the way. And you can reserve yours today. Plus over 400 used. Brands like GMC, Ford, Ram, Honda, Toyota, Subaru, and more. Plus the best selection of used Chevys. Fresh trades available every day. If you're looking for the right used truck or SUV at the right price, it's right here during Truck Month at Danny Manholt Rapid Chevrolet or DannyManholtRapidChevrolet.com. It's Truck Month.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visit spearfish.com now.
Star Spangled Batter on Jackson Boulevard in Rapid City, South Dakota. Famous for their delicious cakes, cupcakes, and other tasty baked goods. But did you know they're the only bakery in town to offer free consultations? Not to mention free samples when planning your big or small wedding. They also take special orders for that special party for that special someone. Check out their daily specials on Facebook or call ahead to grab some goodies for the office on your way to work. Star Spangled Batter is a proud sponsor of Rapid City sports and activities on liveticket.tv.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, keep it simple. Insure your car and home with Farm Bureau, and you'll have a combined policy with one deductible that can cover it all. That means faster claim resolution and less hassle. Plus, you can save money in the long run. It's the quick way back to normal, because with Farm Bureau, you've got an agent who can make things right when things go wrong. Farm Bureau agents make insurance simple.
Call me, Tom Berger, your Farm Bureau agent in Rapid City, at 348-3470.
A lot has changed since 1962, but one thing hasn't: the hometown service you expect from Dale's Tire and Retreading. Dale's Tire has been providing quality brands and service to the Black Hills area for over 50 years, and we couldn't have done it without you. That's why we are pleased to service your vehicle, saving you time and getting your vehicle back on the road. Because at Dale's Tire, we don't just sell tires, we build lifetime relationships. Dale's Tire, Campbell Street and Deadwood Avenue, Rapid City.
Have you been in a fender bender recently? Maybe have some hail damage on your vehicle? New Miller Truck and Auto Body specializes in body repairs for cars, pickups, and semis. Located at 3030 East Highway 44 in Rapid City, New Miller Truck and Auto Body is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Let their experts undo the damage you did. Call 605-342-0537. You've tried the rest, now try the best. New Miller Truck and Auto Body in Rapid City.
Join the team and take on your legacy. Since 1862, the South Dakota Army National Guard has been ready to defend our freedom and our way of life. When our nation calls, we are there to help our friends, neighbors, and communities in the event of forest fires, floods, tornadoes, and severe winter storms right here in South Dakota. Now we want you to write the next chapter in our rich history of the South Dakota Army National Guard. Visit their Facebook and Instagram pages or nationalguard.com/SD.
It's Honda's Certified Dream Deal sales event. Up to an additional 2 years, 50,000 miles comprehensive warranty, plus certified Hondas come with 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, free oil changes your first year, and 24/7 roadside assistance. Plus, at Denny Menholtz Rushmore Honda, we buy cars. Vehicles are in high demand, and due to limited inventory, your vehicle has never been worth more. Stop by Denny Menholtz Rushmore Honda and either sell or trade today. Located off I-90 on East Small Drive in Rapid City. It's Honda.
Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Hey, renters in the Black Hills. I'm State Farm Agent Scott Carlson, and I'm ready to surprise you in a good way with surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance. That's right. Me and my team can help you protect your car and your stuff for less than you might think. Get a quote and see how much you can save. You might be surprised. Call me, State Farm Agent Scott Carlson, for your surprisingly great auto and renter's rate today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hey, renters.
Sioux Valley was 2, but either way, yeah, it could be. And yeah, Wagner stepping in. I didn't think Wagner was that amazing of a team, but maybe pulling off that upset.
With 9 minutes to go, actually 4 minutes to go, it just got updated here. 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Elk Point Jefferson 56, St. Thomas More 28. And boy, just losing last week's game for the Cavaliers, then now having to go on the road. That just looks like they, faced a Elk Point team.
Yeah,
and it looks like the final there now.
Yeah, yeah. And we knew, or we heard rather, that Sullivan was out. We weren't sure if Matthew Larson. I think he probably played tonight. I don't have any insider on that, but I think he probably did because he was supposed to be day by day, according to the Journal. And yeah, a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think it was last year, I think it was the year before, they played Elk Point Jefferson. I thought a dominant running team was going to come in, was going to run kind of like Winter does, kind of all over them. They came out, they hit hard, they played hard, made plays on offense, and I think they probably did that early on in this game and had an opportunity. But when you've got limited numbers and guys playing both ways, you have a running team just like Winter does, they just run you down. So in the first half, it seems close, but then all of a sudden, you are exhausted in the second half when your linebackers and D-line are trying to hold up playing both ways and just get pounded and pounded and pounded, and they just keep going and going and going. It just wears you down.
Mm-hmm. So again, Elk Point Jefferson defeats St. Thomas More 56-28. Already a first upset tonight, which we know they're a good team, but it's Beersford. They were a number 14 seed. They had beaten, I believe, Bridgewater this year, but Beersford defeats Mount Vernon Plankington. 27-24 is your final.
Yeah, that was, like you said, kind of an upset. Mount Vernon Plankington was a solid team, but, like you said, Beersford had done some things this year, and I saw that game when that matchup. I'm like, ooh, this is not going to be your typical. It was like a 3 and 14. 3 and 14, matchup. I didn't think it was going to be typical. I thought Beersford would give them a good run, and obviously they did.
And also tonight, Bridgewater Emory Ethan, they played Winter last year in the state title game. They're back in the playoff hunt again. They defeat Hot Springs 48-6. So the Bison have their season come to an end. They finished the season 7-2 on the year.
Yeah, and it was a good season for them. I don't think they had the most tough of a schedule that they did. Their only loss, obviously, except for the playoffs, was to St. Thomas More. Mm-hmm. But I think played well this year, and I think they can be pleased with that season.
McCook Central Montrose 9, Woonsocket Wessington Springs nothing in the third quarter. Wagner 20, Groton Area 14 at halftime. It's Sioux Valley over Dual 40-6 at halftime. And then we don't have a score yet, I believe, on the Aberdeen Roncalli Redfield.
It was a later game because they ran both games. They ran the Aberdeen Central Roosevelt game early on, and so then the Roncalli Redfield game was kind of like a doubleheader up there at Swisher Field.
Okay. Moving on to Class 9 AA real quickly as we wind down our halftime show. Timber Lake at halftime leading Leola Frederick 14-8. It's Ipswich 30, Lemon McIntosh nothing as they start the third period. Hanson, your top-ranked team in Class 9 AA, they lead Elkton Link Benton 54-22 at halftime. Platte Geddes 27, Chester Area 6. Also at halftime, Lyman 16, Stanley County nothing. Just again trying to get through some of these mostly local scores. In the fourth quarter, it's Castlewood 42, Kadoka Area 20, and that game being played in Kadoka tonight. Also a final, Wall defeats North Central 56-6. So the Eagles advance to the next round.
Yeah, definitely playing really well. I'm not mistaken, I think they're undefeated. And so, yeah, definitely a good matchup for them. They take care of business easily.
At the end of the first half, it's Warner 48, Phillip nothing. Is your score there at halftime. Gregory 7, Burke 6.
Woolsey Wessington, love it.
All over Oldham, Ramona Rutland 44-0.
I love the Warbirds. I've loved those guys ever since we had to play them when we were 9-men up in Spearfish on a summer camp. I just love the way they ran things, and I was kind of jealous.
And real quickly in Class 9B, just a couple of scores to pass along. Elcester Hudson defeats Sully Buttes tonight, 34-0 is your final there. In the third quarter, it is Hitchcock Tulare 32, Faith nothing. And then at halftime, it's Hardin County Bison and New Underwood tied at 12 apiece. That game being played, I believe, up there in Buffalo.
Yeah, in Buffalo. I thought maybe that might be a bigger game than that.
And then lastly, at halftime, it's Potter County 46, Jones County nothing. So, of course, being born in Gettysburg, I have to get the Battlers in there.
Of course, you have to get that in there.
And that's going to be the end of our halftime show. We are going to take one quick 30-second timeout. And actually, let's do a minute, and we will come back and get you set for the second half right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Black Hills.
Warren Chemical is ready for winter. Are you? They stock quality ice melt products for sidewalks, driveways, and parking areas that will melt ice down to minus 15 degrees. Warren Chemical Ice Melt is less toxic than baking soda, is the least damaging to concrete, surrounding grass, and other plants, and can be applied before or after the snow falls. Available in 50-pound bags and less expensive than the discount store 20-pound buckets. Call 342-7644. Warren Chemical, a proud sponsor of all Rapid City and surrounding area schools.
Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium with Dean Gurr. I'm Jerome Wickersham. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, sales, service, and side-by-sides. Again, we get you set for the start of the second half with Rapid City Stevens leading Rapid City Central in the Rapid City rivalry game. 28-0 is your score. We saw the Cobblers turn the ball over 4 times in that second quarter alone. The Raiders capitalize on that as it's been all Uriah Glenn with 4 touchdowns, 3 running touchdowns or rushing touchdowns, and 1 reception for Uriah Glenn. Again, that's where we stand here, 28-0. And now the Raiders get the ball to start this third quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. Direct result, 3 of the 4 touchdowns by the Raiders were direct results of those turnovers. You take that away, you get an effective drive. How different of this game would have been. So obviously a huge mountain for the Cobblers to climb here in this second half. And I don't know if they brought their hiking shoes.
Again, we thank you for watching on GoCobblersLive.com as we bring you the rival game this evening to wrap up 10 weeks of high school football. And what a fast 10 weeks this has been.
Right? Absolutely. I couldn't believe it. Interesting.
Now, are we looking at, it's a squib kick there. I wasn't sure what kind of formation they were kicking from. Taken inside the 20 by Doney's out to the 30, the 40, down the left sideline, into Cobbler territory, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, and touchdown for Quarter Doney as he takes that all the way, about 80-plus yards for that score.
It could not have gone any worse for the Cobblers. Looked like something was happening there. They had, a great special teams play drawn up. They would get it, squib it down. Somebody wouldn't field it very well. They were able to kind of stop them up maybe at the 30-yard line, but it went quickly as a hole. The Raiders blocked well right up front. They made a huge hole right up the middle for him, right along the numbers anyway, the middle of the formation. And Doney just able to run through a tackle or two and up the field for the touchdown.
Parker Mesmer gets set to kick the extra point attempt. 11:45 as that took 15 seconds for Quarter Doney. Here's the extra point attempt. This one is through the uprights. Again on the State Farm scoreboard. Insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. It's Rapid City Stevens 35, Rapid City Central nothing. And that touchdown is powered by Rapid Skills. Rapid Skills is Rapid City's premier athletic training facility with professional coaches and trainers. So take your game to the next level at Rapid Skills. Visit rapidskillsathletictraining.com. So again, after Uriah Glenn scores 4 touchdowns, Quarter Doney wants to get involved.
Yeah, right? He doesn't even play offense. It's funny that we talked about you've got a mountain to climb, did the Cobblers. And instead, the first thing they do is they step into a valley. And just that elevation just got a whole lot taller.
Again, the Raiders are 2-6 on the year, while the Cobblers are 1-7. The Cobblers' only win came on homecoming this year when they defeated the Douglas Patriots. And the Raiders have 2 wins, one against the Sturgis Brown Scoopers and the other Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Parker Mesmer will kick off, going from right to left here at O'Hara Stadium. Looks like Lane Darrow is back deep. He's standing inside the 10-yard line for Rapid City Central. Here's your kick by Mesmer. This one just a squib kick. It's going to bounce, and Lane Darrow takes it at the 12-yard line, out to the 15, the 20, down the right sideline. He's at the 30-yard line. A nice return himself as he's going to get close to the 40-yard line. Again, it's going to be a decent return there by Lane Darrow, and we'll see what the Cobblers can do as the offense comes to work.
Yeah, it's like Donkey Kong. You know, I remember Donkey Kong way back when.
Oh, I do.
People are throwing barrels down at you, and you've got to jump over them and jump over them. That's where the Cobblers are at right now. These barrels are just rolling after them to the tune of 5 touchdowns, and you have to continue to climb over them and climb over them. They've tripped over them several times, causing those barrels to be touchdowns.
There's the handoff, but the Cobblers are going to be hit in the backfield.
Yeah, what a great hit that time. That was number 44 for the Raiders. Coming up on defense, Jevin McNabb. He did a fantastic job coming up the middle. It looked like he had to, Darrow had to dodge a couple of Raiders before McNabb just shot right through it and cleaned him up.
I think that was Sawyer Saucerman, actually, the fullback who had the ball. We're looking at 2nd and long, and now the snap is on the ground, and it's going to be recovered by the Raiders. A low snap there. Trying to chase it down was Ryan Wetch, but it's going to be recovered by number 45, it looks like, for the Raiders.
Yeah, Brandon Inman got in there, and it's amazing when the ball gets on the ground how fast you can move. And you see Wetch is actually limping off the sideline. I don't think he's in the physical condition to get down on that ball. He didn't sell his body out for that. And another turnover by the Cobblers. And so this second half started a whole lot like the second half, or first half ended.
Short field to work with now for Rapid City Stevens. There's Scott, who makes a catch on the right sideline. He's going to kind of get tripped up there. Actually, I think he just slid as he got down to the 13-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 11 down to the Cobbler 13. That's going to make it now 1st and 10 for Rapid City Stevens inside the red zone. 9:28 remaining, and it's 35-0. The Raiders with that lead on the State Farm scoreboard over Rapid City Central. Jed Jensen again from the gun, takes the snap, looks to his left. Now he's going to throw. It's Trokamoinen on a post route there, but Trokamoinen couldn't get to the football in time. Incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10 now for the Raiders.
Yeah, I don't know if his throw was hurried that much. I know the Cobblers were bringing a lot of pressure that time, and I don't know how accurate the throws. Who couldn't quite see it. It looked maybe catchable. Maybe it was a little bit in front of him, but either way, just to have that pressure in your face and you're not able to step up, a lot of times will affect your accuracy.
Again, now the Raiders facing 2nd and 10 from the Cobbler 13. From the gun once again, Jensen fakes the handoff. He's going to roll out to his right, now back to his left. Being pressured by the Cobblers, so he's going to bring it to this left side, throw back against his body. Finds Julian Scott inside the 5-yard line, and they're going to mark him down at the 3 as he was pushed backwards.
And what a play. They're talking about running around for your life. We saw Ben Goldie go hit a Cobbler, continuing to block on that play. That's just a fantastic job. You tell your lineman, hey, you're not blocking for 1 or 2 seconds. You are blocking sometimes for 5 or 6 seconds as long as your quarterback is keeping things alive.
7:54 to go here in this third quarter. 1st and goal for the Raiders. Jensen on that kind of jet toss there gives it to Scott. Scott's going to be tackled at the 3-yard line. That's right about the line of scrimmage, so now we're still looking at 2nd and goal coming up for the Raiders.
That's that play that the Cobblers ran earlier, right in the shadow of their own end zone, and I thought, what a risky play. If the Raiders had gotten through, they would have got him for a safety. The same situation here as the Cobblers got penetration right up the middle, and Scott was able to escape that one tackle right about the 5 and fall forward to get back to the original line.
Jensen under the line, or under center now. Jensen hands it off to Glenn. Glenn to the left side is going to go in untouched for the score from 2 yards out. Another touchdown for Uriah Glenn as the Raiders go up now 41-0.
Boy, how about the Raiders offense? When given the opportunities, they are just not making mistakes tonight. Jed Jensen's had a few errant passes, but he's done a pretty good job tonight getting back to what we saw earlier on in the season. Of course, Uriah Glenn and that line just taking care of business, giving him lots of room, lots of holes, whether it's up the middle, whether it's along the perimeter. They're just effectively dismantling the defense of the Cobblers.
And the extra point attempt by Parker Mesmer is good. So on the State Farm scoreboard, it is 42-0. The Raiders all over the Rapid City Central Cobblers with 6:59 to go in the third quarter, and that touchdown is powered by Rapid Skills. Rapid Skills is Rapid City's premier athletic training facility with professional coaches and trainers. So take your game to the next level at Rapid Skills. Visit rapidskillsathletictraining.com.
You know, right now, I think if there was any hope that the Cobblers had coming out fired up, ready to go in the second half, have been dashed. Right now, you can just feel the air around the Cobblers, and I know they're going to fight. They're going to continue to fight, but defensively, I don't think they have it, and offensively, they obviously don't have the type of team where they can overcome a 42-point deficit. Number one, number two, you got a running clock, so now you got another issue to worry about.
And that just takes so much out of you when you get 2 quick scores there by your opponent. And now you're, like you said, it just deflates you so much. Here's your kick. This one to the right side as they angle it to the right. Taken by Darrow inside the 10, out to the 15, the 20.
Davis.
Or Seth Davis, I'm sorry. Davis tried to escape some tacklers, but he's going to be stopped. We'll see where they mark the football if it's right about the 20-yard line.
I realize it's still midway through the third quarter, but I would be surprised if maybe some of the Raiders start bringing in some extra guys, but I don't see them. I kind of see starters at the moment.
I see Gavin Skinner's out there still at linebacker. McNabb is out there, number 44.
Yeah, looks like the normal starting crew.
And there's Darrow. That's going to be kind of a wildcat direct snap. The ball was loose. He picks it up, and he's able to take it to...
They hit him just shy of the 30, but he powers forward past the 30 to get that first down.
Yeah, the 31-yard line. A nice run there by Darrow after he had to pick up the football, and he's still able to get it to the 31 for a Cobbler first down.
I tell you what, of all the Cobblers, that's one guy who does not know the word quit or loss or anything. He will fight tooth and nail all the way till the end.
Again from the gun, it's Darrow again. He's going to hand it off to, that's number 5, so that's going to be Aiden Mason.
And yeah, like I said, that last turnover by the Cobblers, we saw Ryan Wetch limping off, favoring his left leg as he limped off to the sideline. So I would be surprised if we see him the rest of the game.
Ryan Wetch, just a sophomore for the Cobblers, definitely their future. Looking at 2nd and 14. There's Wetch. He is in the ball game. He dumps it off there in the backfield. Gets it to Aiden Mason. Mason's going to take it to the 27-yard line. That's back to the original line of scrimmage. So now 3rd and 14 for the Cobblers.
Yeah. The flag is going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct or a personal foul.
Offense number 15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty, says Scott Jacobson.
It's going to move him back as the clock continues to roll here.
So the penalty, we're back to the line of scrimmage, so they'll go back 15 yards.
Right, but that's only because that's where the play ended. It's got to be, because it was a dead ball, it has to be after the play. So whatever happened, the result of the play, then they're going to take 15 away from that.
So that will move the football. It'll still be second down now.
I'm surprised they don't give them loss of down for that, because the down happened. Yeah, I don't know.
So we're looking at second and long. Here's Wetch. We'll get another penalty flag. He's going to tuck it in. He has a blocker. He's at the 20, close to the 25-yard line.
And he limps through. How about that? What a gutty play here. I was talking about Lane Darrow coming in and gutting it out and not giving up. Wetch obviously didn't have anywhere to throw there. I mean, he was not able to set his feet at all and is able to run. What did he get? He got like 15, 20 yards off that?
About 15 yards, but it looks like another penalty against Rapid City Central.
Yeah, you figured kind of where the play came in, or the flag came in, rather. They're going to back it. I thought maybe they might decline it so they can get the ball back.
Holding, offense number 50. Beat half the distance to the goal from the 6-yard line.
They just want more yards, I guess. I don't know. I would have declined it, but hey, that's me.
The Cobblers now just heading in the wrong direction. They are looking at third and long. It's like third and almost 40 right now. Third and 38. In the end zone, they hand it off. That's going to be Aiden Mason. Wetch hands it off to Mason. Mason takes it out to the 5 for a gain of 2 yards to bring up 4th and 36. Just not a good possession there for Rapid City Central.
No, not at all. And now he's got a punt right on the backside of the Hard Rocker letters, which is, 2 yards away from the back of the end zone.
There's the snap. There's a high punt end over end.
Nice punt.
Bounces at the 35, and it's going to continue to bounce into Raider territory as they let it roll down to the 44-yard line. You couldn't ask for a better bounce there if you're the Rapid City Central Cobblers.
Well, it was the bounce. Obviously, that's very fortuitous for you as well. But
it rolled about 22 more yards.
The fact that he actually kicked it to a corner, to a side, you don't kick it right down the middle to a guy and let him return it. You get it to an edge. You think maybe it'll roll out of bounds. It did obviously stay in bounds. I thought that was a great directional kick by their punter.
Clock will keep running again due to the mercy roll if it's 35 or more. It is 42-0. The Raiders leading the Cobblers on the State Farm scoreboard. Minute 15 to go here in the third quarter. Jed Jensen still in there, hands it off to Glenn. Glenn gets around the tackle on the right side. He's at midfield, now to the 45, down to the 40-yard line. Still on his feet and then forced out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. We'll see, he might have stepped out at the 36. Nonetheless, that's going to be a Raider first down.
Yeah, we're nearing the end of the third quarter. I would be surprised to see the Raider starters, at least on offense, in this fourth quarter.
Jensen hands it off, this time Glenn to this near side, gets around the tackle at the 30, the 25-20, the 15-10, 5, touchdown, Uriah Glenn.
Yeah, absolutely amazing runner, Uriah Glenn. I mean, there were tacklers, there were people not even anywhere near him trying to make tackles, and he just made them look silly as he head up the sideline. Again, he's elusive. He's slippery. He's got great body control as he's running up the field. Love to see him play some basketball.
6 touchdowns now on the night for Uriah Glenn. Here's your extra point attempt. Parker Mesmer gets it away. The extra point attempt is good. So on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, it's Rapid City Stevens 49, Rapid City Central nothing with 30 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. And again, that touchdown is powered by Rapid Skills. Rapid Skills is Rapid City's premier athletic training facility with professional coaches and trainers. So take your game to the next level at Rapid Skills. Visit rapidskillsathletictraining.com, and that's Rapid Skills with a Z.
Z might be what you're saying right now. If you just tuned in, maybe you kind of following a little bit, you see the score online, or you go, Z, I can't believe it. It's like World War Z out there right now for the Cobblers. They're just kind of zombie-like, kind of stupefied as you're just hit with, what happened to this game? How much more could we have done to give that game to them? We couldn't have handed them the football anymore.
Raiders in command of this contest. They broke it open in the second quarter and have not looked back now. Here's Parker Mesmer, a kick from the 40 going from right to left. And that looks like 24. Lane Darrow at the 5, out to the 10, the 15. Kind of slips there as he makes his cut. He's able to stay on his feet, but he's going to be brought down at about the 22-yard line.
And then that'll be the final play here of this third quarter. And we thought the Cobblers couldn't get out of that second quarter fast enough. That third quarter wasn't any better.
It was not. The clock's going to just run out here at the end of three quarters here on the State Farm scoreboard. It is Rapid City Stevens 49, Rapid City Central nothing. We're back in 1 minute right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com.
The best new cars make the best used cars. It stands to reason that the better a product is made, the longer it will last, which makes getting a high-quality, low-mileage Toyota at a great price a very savvy move. You can drive a barely used certified pre-owned vehicle today. 1.99% APR financing available on all Camry, Corolla, Prius, and RAV4. The right cars, the right price, the right experience. See you soon at Denny Manhole Toyota Rapid City and DennyManholeToyota.com. The best new cars.
Time Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service, and Side-by-Sides. Jerome Wickersham and Dean Gurr with you on this Thursday night as we wrap up 10 weeks of high school football action. The regular season for the three largest classes comes to a close tonight, with playoffs already starting in the other classes. Cobblers will have the football now. There's Wetch trying to get a little out route or a screen pass there to the right side. It's going to be incomplete, and then a flag comes in as it's thrown towards the sidelines there.
Yeah, and Gavin Skinner just played it really well. Got a hand, tipped it away, forcing it to be incomplete. And now, sometimes, it's a little harder to officiate some of these games.
Number 50 on the offense. 15-yard penalty.
You get the situations like this where people think it's out of hand. We can just kind of cruise along sometimes, but especially a rivalry game like this, people get a little chippy. You're getting just absolutely demolished, and so both sides start to get a little chippy. Maybe get some arrogance one side, a little bit of frustration on the other side, and things start to happen. So officials really have to be on top of things.
They fake the handoff. There's the pass to the outside. It's going to be caught by the receiver as he is thrown out of bounds there. That's number 87, Jackson Fairchild, the 6', 185-pound tight end, the junior making the catch there. That'll bring the ball out to about the 9-yard line. So short gain. Now 3rd and 12 coming up for the Cobblers.
Still see quite a few starters in the game for the Raiders. Few subs coming in. I see Sam Strobel coming in, one of the defensive back positions. He's a second string.
Ryan Wetch from the gun, trips left. He'll drop back, throws to the middle of the field. Almost, actually not picked off, but it was actually closer to the defenders. They tried to get it to Aiden Mason.
Yeah, I think there were 3 defenders there, and the ball wasn't anywhere near Aiden Mason. I thought we had a good matchup. Like I called out, Sam Strobel is a backup coming in for the Raiders. And now he's going to run off the field. He had the one-on-one coverage on the Cobbler on the right side of the formation. I thought maybe they're going to take advantage of it, drop back. I saw Wetch look that direction. I thought maybe he might air it out.
Number 13 is back deep now as the Cobblers get set to punt. There's the punt. 13 is Caleb Crane. He's going to get away from it. It's going to roll out of bounds at the 39 or 38-yard line, 38-yard line of the Cobblers. So a short punt and not getting the bounce they were hoping for.
Right, not nearly as good as the last one. He said not the roll. It took a right-hand turn once it hit the turf.
I'm sure, or expecting to see a lot of new faces now.
I saw a quarterback and centers snapping the ball here along the sideline for the Raiders. And I think that's what we're going to see now.
Looks like Bryce Flack, number 16, is your new quarterback, a 5'7", 140-pound sophomore. Again, as the clock continues to run, 9 minutes to go here in this contest. And the Raiders leading the Cobblers 49-0. So Flack under center. Hands the ball off. That'll go to number, is that 46?
Like. So dig into our sheets here.
And I don't
have a 46.
I don't see a 46 either. I apologize. We had the roster from online, and we do not see a 46 out there.
If you're a family member of number 46, we apologize for the Raiders.
A loss of 1 on that carry. That'll bring up 2nd and 11 from the Cobbler 37-yard line, or actually 38-yard line. Flack hands it off. This time it goes to number 28. A penalty marker is thrown. So Braden Rogers, 5'9", 180-pound senior with the carry.
Could be a holding right in the middle of that pile. Also could be a face mask.
Number 55, his final ball.
So against the offense there, I believe a hold. That'll move the ball from the 37 or from the 40 where the hold occurred back to midfield. Ball at the 50.
Corder Doney's going to come in and play some offense here. I talked about him getting that touchdown, kick return for touchdown. I said, well, he doesn't play offense, so he doesn't get to touch the ball that much. And here he is heading into the offensive huddle.
Raiders up to the line of scrimmage. Corder Doney's going to be in the slot there. Now he comes in motion. And it looks like the Raiders want to take a timeout with 7:16 to go. They'll stop the clock.
Yeah, they had to delay a game. Took so long to get that play going, and they ran to the sideline. They knew there definitely wasn't enough time to put a guy in motion and get, I don't know if they're going to go for a jet sweep or what.
So we will break away for a quick timeout as well. We're back in 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Best used car.
At Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we are here to help you make your comeback. Our team is standing by to diagnose and treat your injury with some of the most advanced treatment options available and same-day appointments. Monument Health practitioners work closely with our therapists and physicians in communities throughout the Black Hills, with locations in Rapid City and Spearfish. Visit monument.health/orthopedics for more information. That's monument.health/orthopedics for more information.
And we're back here at the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, and Corder Doney comes in on 2nd and 24, and he's going to take the ball on a jet sweep inside the 40-yard line of the Cobblers to bring up a 3rd and 12 now.
So the clock ticks away this game. Obviously doesn't stop. Mercy rule. That's not Glenn in the backfield, is it? No.
So again, Flack from the shotgun being pressured by the Cobblers, and he's going to be sacked back at the 48-yard line.
And here's the double whammy on this. They're going to get a hold on the offensive guy who was just blocking the guy who got the sack.
Will Papke is the Cobbler who chased down Bryce Flack to get that.
Flack is favoring his left leg as he's coming in, so. You didn't want to see that. Now we got another quarterback coming in.
That's fourth down, so the special teams unit comes in.
Yeah, they easily should. I mean, not that it matters anymore, but they should easily decline this and force them to punt because they want to run another play.
So again, just a reminder, Matt Kearney with Score Central will be coming up at the conclusion of our broadcast tonight after our post-game show, where he will run down all the scores in playoff action and across the state. Here's your punt by Rapid City Stevens. It's going to bounce inside the 30. The Cobblers will get away from it, and the Raiders will down it right at the 29-yard line. It didn't take the bounce they were hoping for as well.
No, and Matt Kearney will give us, obviously scores as well, playoff action, plus playoff matchups. I don't know if he's going to be able to get all of them in because of the late start by the Lincoln Washington game, which is a pivotal one not as far as these two teams are concerned, because again, the winner of this game, obviously the Raiders in another 5 minutes, they will be playing the winner of the Harrisburg-Brandon Valley game, but the rest of the jumbled mess from anywhere from 3 to 7 in the AAA class, I don't know that the answer will be available by the time Matt Kearney is done with Score Central.
Gain of 3 by the Cobblers. The ball at the 32-yard line of Rapid City Central.
Yeah, just a nice little throw to the sideline, nice and safe. Obviously, they don't want to get the ball. They don't want another turnover. 5's plenty on the night.
We're down to 4 minutes and 12 seconds now. Here's Wetch. He'll drop back. A little out route on that far sideline. I think that's Jace Anderson who tried to make the catch, but it's going to be thrown out of bounds. Incomplete pass. So now 3rd and 7 from the 32.
So we know O'Gorman won tonight. They will either be the 4th or the 6th seed. If Lincoln wins, then they will be the 4th seed, O'Gorman will. And then if Washington wins, they will be the 6th seed.
Again, 3rd and 7. Wetch from the shotgun. He'll drop back, looks to his left. Now he's going to throw it down for Saylor on the left sideline. Incomplete. There was, as the defender stays right with Marion Saylor there. That was number 21 for the Raiders, Tanner Lunders.
Yeah, he's just unable to, and Saylor's just trying to tell him, hey, look, he was holding me, and his hand was on him. Was he holding him back? I don't know, because he had to try to come back to the ball because it was so much underthrown that, just unable to get to it as we tick down to about 3 minutes. Washington, of course, or rather Jefferson, of course, lost to O'Gorman big time tonight. So Jefferson will be the 6th seed if Lincoln wins, and Jefferson will be the 7th seed if Washington wins.
On 4th down now, 4th and 7, a little out route or a hitch route there on the far sideline. It is incomplete. Intended for Jaron Linzagraf on that far sideline, but incomplete. That'll be a turnover on downs, and the Raiders will have it with 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining.
Scoopers look like they're well on the way. Halftime 33-7 leading the Patriots. Spearfish only up by 2 touchdowns toward the end of the 3rd on Belfouche. Spearfish wins. They're going to be in the playoffs. Obviously, Sturgis has an opportunity, but they need Huron to beat Mitchell, who Huron is trailing Mitchell right now 13-6.
We're down to 2 minutes now. Here's Bryce Flack from the gun, but it's going to be delay a game. I think that's the first delay of game we saw tonight.
Might be.
We saw some penalty flags, obviously, tonight, but that's the first delay of game. That's going to back the Raiders up.
Yeah, when you got new guys getting in there, you're just trying to get a play and get things organized. That happens.
So 1st and 15 from the Cobbler 37. Flack from the shotgun. Kind of runs in, or it wasn't the cleanest of exchanges there to number 23.
I think that's 33.
Or 33. Destin Glenn, the 5'8", 210-pound sophomore running back.
Is he related to Uriah Glenn?
That's what I'm wondering. Spelled the same.
He would be the future, obviously, if he runs anything like his brother. But it's kind of hard when you get the handoff. The defender's basically hugging you by the time you get that ball.
2nd and 18 coming up. Little jet sweep there. They hand it off. Breaking one tackle is number 12. So...
Two or three tackles, I
Charlie
think he kind of broke.
Peterson, a 6 foot, 165 pound senior. Going to take it down to the 33-yard line. 3rd and 11 coming up.
Like I said, if Mitchell goes on to beat
Huron?
I'm sorry. If Mitchell, goes on to beat Huron, that will put Sturgis out of the playoff despite their win tonight.
Flack to the right side, tried to get the ball, and just a quick pass along the sideline there to number 82, it appears to be.
Yeah, and there's one more play, see if they can get it in. Obviously, they don't have to run the play, and it looks like they are not going to.
They're going to elect not to. And so for the Cobblers, their season will come to an end here tonight. For the Raiders, they get set for playoff action next Thursday night. There's your horn. That's the final seconds of this fourth quarter. The game is over. And on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by Agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, the final score, Rapid City Stevens 49, Rapid City Central nothing in the Rapid City rivalry. We are going to take a 2-minute break. We're back with our post-game show when we return right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and online at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
It's Truck Monday. It's Truck Month at Danny Manholt Rapid Chevrolet. Shop a great selection of new Chevy trucks and SUVs. Over 30 new Silverados in stock and on the way. And you can reserve yours today. Plus over 400 used. Brands like GMC, Ford, Ram, Honda, Toyota, Subaru, and more. Plus the best selection of used Chevys. Fresh trades available every day. If you're looking for the right used truck or SUV at the right price, it's right here during Truck Month at Danny Manholt Rapid Chevrolet or DannyManholtRapidChevrolet.com.
Everyone says they want to change the world. But not everyone will. We are not everyone.
It's Honda's certified Dream Deal sales event. Up to an additional 2 years, 50,000 miles comprehensive warranty, plus certified Hondas come with 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, free oil changes your first year, and 24/7 roadside assistance. See Denny Manholt Rushmore Honda for all the certified details.
The best new cars make the best used cars. It stands to reason that the better a product is made, the longer it will last, which makes getting a high-quality, low-mileage Toyota at a great price a very savvy move. You can drive a barely used certified pre-owned vehicle today. 1.99% APR financing available on all Camry, Corolla, Prius, and RAV4. The right cars, the right price, the right experience. See you soon at Danny Manholt Toyota Rapid City and DannyManholtToyota.com.
Family is the fabric of who we are. The generations that came before us and the ones that will carry on after. At Monument Health, we're dedicated to these communities because they're our communities. We're committed to building the healthcare system of tomorrow with medical knowledge and expertise you can trust, close to home. Here to care, here to connect, here for you, today and tomorrow. Monument Health.
It's Truck Month at Danny Manholt Rapid Chevrolet. Shop a great selection of new Chevy trucks and SUVs. Over 30 new Silverados in stock and on the way. And you can reserve yours today. Plus over 400 used. Brands like GMC, Ford, Ram, Honda, Toyota, Subaru, and more, plus the best selection of used Chevys. Fresh trades available every day. If you're looking for the right used truck or SUV at the right price, it's right here during Truck Month at Danny Manholt Rapid Chevrolet or DannyManholtRapidChevrolet.com.
Everyone says they want to change the world. But not everyone will. We are not everyone.